E tier for easy. So first on the list is Mario. Uh, yeah, Mario. I would say this is a slightly winning matchup for sure. Can't see my screen. That's a slightly winning matchup. Just a few things I'm going to talk about for each matchup is the placement, the strategy, who it favors, advantage, and who that favors, and what to look for. I think the strategy is pretty easy for Mario. You can box Mario. You can wall him out. You can do whatever as Peach versus character. So like boxing match, but like Peach is better at it. So there's that, and then the advantage. I think it's actually better for Mario. He hits you like too hard. Like you can just get laddered, you can get comboed off the side and all that stuff like that. Um but it's the thing about it is even if he has the better advantage, it's way too hard for him to hit you with like a hit that like means something, like you'll die or whatever. So it's fine. And that's kind of how most Peach matchups go. It's like a lot of matchups like you'll die first if they hit you, but like they can't really hit you if you're good. So that's how it works. And then what to look for? I would say it's really important to learn how to pressure Mario without getting upbeat out of shield, which means like spacing, and how to counter hit his back airs, which is probably his best tool in the matchup. With like space down tilts on his legs and other stuff like that, or just learning how to trade with him. That's like what I would say. Okay, so next we're gonna have Donkey Kong. I think this is really easy. Um, The strategy is actually just like staying out of the way of his back airs and like walking in place. You actually have to play really patient against this character. I have Chunky, so I have a lot of experience in this matchup. And I actually like thought it was hard at first, but as my combos got better, it's too easy. Like he just does something and like after like meeting Yasujin and learning like how to combo more, like you just turbo combo the character. It's just like okay, he back airs and then I forward toss turnip nair, forward toss down tilt, and he just dies. And it's like okay, advantage state definitely Peach. She wins that way more. She hits him way harder. Just have a turnip and you'll just kill him. And she just knows how to outspace this stuff. It's a little annoying sometimes because like the walling and back air and stuff like that, but it should be fine if you just know what to do. What to look out for, just don't get grabbed and don't get late dash attacked, and it should be okay, honestly. And don't get neutral beat, obviously. But those are like really generic like Donkey Kong things just to not get cheesed by. Don't get down beat out of the air, like whatever. Just get out of his way. He's kind of slow. So I think that's really easy after learning that. Next is Link. I have to keep pulling up the cast because I actually don't know the order. Um, I think where is he? Hello? L? Oh. I think Link is actually even his like it's like this the strategy is so weird. It depends how the Link plays and who you're playing. My SFL, like South Florida, actually had like three links for some reason, and like they had flash blaziken. I don't know if people are familiar with like the flash loops and all that stuff like that, but if he hits you he just runs at you and fishes for it. If he runs up and z drops you or back airs you, anything happens, you're gonna get like looped and just die immediately. um so it can be actually like really crazy. So you have to play around the item drop, which is pretty easy for Peach in the first place, but the giant forward air plus like the nair is actually really problematic to play around. And it kills you super duper early, and he has a upbeat like for like if you're pressuring bad. So he has a lot of good tools, I would say. And then like you can't even harass his recovery too much because he can like bomb recover from super far. So it gets really difficult. And the bomb is actually good at like edge guarding Peach too, because the giant explosion down there is actually like really good to do if they throw it straight down. The advantage state, I'd say it's pretty even. You can combo him, he can combo you, and like it's not the easiest to juggle him because his nair is so good, and then also he has a big sword, so it's not the easiest to land versus him either. So I think it's pretty even. I would say it favors anyone. And then what to look for? Definitely don't get fared. You have to like react to fares to like roll in from corner situations. Um, and definitely just learn how to not play with the bomb in a weird way because that's the way they'll probably kill you. The ones that give me trouble know how to do like crazy bomb loop stuff. So just learn how to like take that away and get rid of that and not have it blow up on you randomly. Like you need to hold it, make sure they detonate on you and stuff like that. Because they also use it for ledge trapping, so I think that's the most important thing too, not to get killed by a bomb ledge trap while it's bouncing or doing some weird stuff. But most of his things have startup, so that's just what I would say. Stay grounded and react to his giant sword swings, and don't unsafely hit his shield or you'll die. I think that's about it for that character. Okay, this is a very interesting one. This is a very interesting one. I think I would put it here because it's not the worst thing that's ever happened to me after I played it for a while, but it's definitely not good. And I've tried really hard to like make all these methods, and the only strategy I can figure out is like Peach physically isn't fast enough to stop the charge shot. You're supposed to stop the charge shot like before it goes over like a third charge because you can like break it with your moves or whatever. But or like characters like Fox will just jump in on an angle on the character, but Peach is too slow in that department to like dive people like that. Even if she's nimble, she doesn't actually fall that fast at the end of the day. Um, and all her pressure gets like negated a lot by like a B, so you have to be very finicky. And then she can't stop the charge shot, and if you get tapped by it, like the risk reward is so skewed in Samus's favor in this matchup. It's not even funny. Like you getting tapped by a random charge shot, they have like very little risk shooting, is very difficult to deal with. So that's not good in the first place. And then I think the strategy is to like take a turnip and anti-camp them. This is going to be a lot of things with some of the most oppressive projectiles. The biggest thing I found a way to like deal with this type of character archetype is to counter projectile them. So it's like every single time a Samus tries to camp me, I'll just pull a turnip and we'll both get our resources, and then I'll just wait until they shoot it or something, or never, I guess. And then I'll just try to hit them with a turnip. It does like 13, it's like a whole aerial, and then I'll just keep doing that until the game ends. Like I have that much patience, because it's just not worth running into the charge shot because it's horrible. And then the advantage state 100% Samus's favor. Peach is not very good at getting off the ledge, so the bomb ledge trapping is like nightmarish. I've even had people like tell me like better ways to do it like regularly, but it's just really hard. So I would say that's not good at all. That's why the matchup is so hard actually. Even though neutral can be okay. And Peach isn't very good versus that grab either, because you have the giant fair for the air and then the giant grab. And usually most characters would just dash back away from the grab, but she's too slow to like do that whole motion. So it gets really difficult. And then what to look for is definitely wait till they jump. Because if they leave the ground, then that's your opportunity. And if they don't leave the ground, then you're gonna have to just outcamp them. Like that's it. There's nothing else to do. But you have to have a perfect advantage state. I promise you, once you knock this character into a disadvantage, you have to turn up their up perfectly. You have to hit their tethers, and you have to have your Yasujin combo. Because on floaties like this, I noticed it. At some point, I felt better playing this matchup once I like landed a random downer or upper on them because she's kind of tall too. And if I have a turnip, the combo for the four toss, which is like forward, down, side B off the side, is really easy on floaties like this. Like really easy. So if they're camping the corner and they're at like low percent, you can just do 0 to death them like immediately. And that's kind of what made me feel better about everything. So I'd say that's a slight bad because the combos are really easy on them too. So yeah, that's a weird one though. Okay, next, Yoshi. This is a very even matchup. I think Yoshi, the strategy is definitely to trade and just be like out like mobilitying him, even if you can't like outspeed him in the air. He's way faster than you in the air, but you're like way more nimble because his like jumping is like kind of committal, and his like face, your hitboxes will just beat his out. You don't know how many times the Yoshi has like ordered into me, and then like I nair and it just beats him out, and it doesn't look like it should, but it will because his face is like not disjointed at all. Um, I think the advantage state, it's definitely Yoshi favored. Yoshi has like super combos on you and kills you. But Peach can't really combo him that hard. Like even down throw like back air doesn't work. He just jump armors through it. It's really sad actually. It's like that weird weight where he's like super heavy, but he's also super floaty, so things don't really work on him like that. But if you just avoid his like kill confirms, just like don't get sliding up tilted or forward tilted or whatever, or forward aired into the ground. It's not too hard to dodge a Yoshi edge guard as Peach. And the main thing is that if you're good at like maintaining stage control, tracking, and like trading, you should be able to just defend yourself. It's really hard because a lot of peaches a lot of peaches come across this problem, and it happens to me too. Where like you bang the Yoshi up to 180 and they will not die, and it's not your fault. It just the character weighs like 10 tons, and it just has to happen. Like I kill the Yoshi at 200 every single stock, and you will die 100 if you get tapped by something weird, and even like raw up smash. But that's fine. Like that's just how matchups are sometimes, you know. So I think it's still even because you should be able to out neutral him, and just like turn camping works against him too. I think that's pretty much it. Like the biggest thing is don't get neutral bead because they start a bunch of momentum off of that. It's really easy to get locked down by that, and just be careful of back air, and knowing how to like deal with back air by whiff punishing it is really huge. Um, but that's like the biggest thing. And also this since this character like combos with his face, like getting forward airs. If you at least trade with this forward air, you won't get like spike like up aired or whatever. So just make sure you at least hit him. Just fight him. It's not that bad. You can fight him. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. What's the other character? Kirby. Lol. This is relatively simple. You can just wall him out. You can stay on the platforms. You can just back air wall him. This is like actually pretty easy, honestly. It's just kind of scary because sometimes the smallness and his forward is actually surprisingly large. It's actually really annoying to deal with sometimes. But this is pretty easy. Like I could honestly put this here. But he's just really strong sometimes. Like I don't know. Nintendo just kept being like, "Oh, damn, this character sucks. Make his Nair kill you at 100 mid stage out of shield." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I was like, okay, they just keep buffing Kirby until everything kills you. Literally everything. Like you saw that down B buff where they just rock you at 60 and you die or something. I was like, oh my god. I don't know. They want something. Like his back air is already insanely strong. But that's just what they do, I guess. They just make things absurdly strong. Um, I think in terms of advantage state, like it's probably Peach too. It's really simple combos in Kirby. I don't really get really fancy on Kirby, but you can just down air his up V and stuff like that too. Cover high. It's pretty easy. He gets frame trapped by up air and stuff like that. And then what to look for, just don't get hit by forward airs. And like they shouldn't be able to run up grab you or do anything like that. And they're gonna mash, so just punish up tilts and all his ground moves with your float aerials and it should be fine. That's a relatively simple matchup. But yeah, they love just buffing that character. It's really funny. What is the next character? I don't know why I really don't know this like character cast order. Fox? Oh boy. Um, this is like I think it's bad. It's not good at all. This matchup is so not good. It just you're sitting there the entire time in mid range and you're just guessing. You're just guessing. The neutral is so bad. They can just camp you. Whenever Light gets his ass beat, I want everyone to like look at the screen because y'all swear Light's this like aggro rushdown player. If you actually go mono e mono with Light and beat the fuck out of him, he will just start laser camping. Like he is not as real as you think he is. Like I just want everyone to know that. He's just watch me fight him, and then he'll start camping me. He's like, "Oh, you got it. You got hands. I don't want it." And then he just starts camping me, and I was like, "Okay, well, that's fine." But then I can't catch him, and then it's like, "Okay, you're chasing Fox around," and then he just flies around at the speed of sound, and then he just whiff punishes you, and then you like he's like the one of the only characters besides like Greninja and a few other characters that like dash attack you and just start combo you like burst option like combo. Like to me, that's like what if Mythra dash attacked you and actually just combo started? I was like, well, I mean, okay. The Peach's like floatiness gets destroyed in this matchup. Like I think the worst thing that's ever happened to me was like I got up tilted by Light and he did full hop up air, rising back air, auto cancel, and still up smash to my landing on my one air dodge. I was like, yeah, yeah. It's just yeah. So advantage state, I would 100% say hmm, maybe not advantage. Okay, so neutral, I would 100% say like it's Fox. It's so much easier to find Fox's openings and like just general stuff. But in terms of advantage, with the new optimizations like turnip train, and the offstage game with the toad and the turnip also I did on like I think it's like kind of even an advantage state. But the thing is like me landing a turnip out of shield, like even watch like Tweak Diddy like try to like banana Light's pressure. Like Fox's pressure is not very like item out of shieldable. So like me finding a turnip train, even though like it is very explosive on Fox, it's very difficult compared to him just tapping me with any of his moves. So um I'd still say they hurt about the same though, but that's just how that is. And then what to look for, it just depends if they want to fight you or not. And then at a lot of points in time, I have to just deny their pressure and like go up in the air. Peach's FAF is terrible, and like me fighting up there in full height against Fox just to stop his pressure, it doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna do it anyway. It's not really good to do, like in terms of just the raw character, but it's something you have to do. So that's why I think this is bad because like I'm very much so forced to like put myself in like positions where I'm swinging things that have very low accuracy and also like aren't very safe. Preemptively, like I have to guess, which is the problem. Like I'm just guessing and he has the speed advantage. He's able to like faint. He just controls the entire pace of the match. It's really hard. I was blowing my mind, like sitting there figuring out how I was gonna play against this like speed demon character where I'm just guessing the entire match. It's actually mind-boggling. Can't stand it. Um, Pikachu. I think this is good. Um, in terms of like a general like neutral, I just think you air camp him. I think Pikachu struggles with characters that air camp him or kind of floaty or just like negate his like strategies in general, like Yoshi and like Ness, Peach, like all these characters like that. A Game of Watch, I just think they like do very good against Pikachu. I think Peach's air camping against this character exploits like he can't get T-Jolts onto you. I just avoid them or whatever. She can also hit through them. And then she out trades him really well. She has big quality hitboxes to just like beat up Pikachu's like aerials and stuff. Um but it is pretty high maintenance because he's kind of annoying. Just because like him hit tapping you once might do like a billion for no reason. And you actually could get edge guarded randomly sometimes. The downer is kind of annoying. I definitely say advantage state is towards Pikachu because a lot of basic things don't work on Pikachu because of like pancaking. Like you can't even like turnip, run forward, grab, down throw him because his like hit stun animation is like him like crouching like that and he just goes under your grab. So it gets really, really weird. The only time I was able to do it was like I had to turn up him with a winky face for more hit stun, so he was in the air before he went into the pancake animation. But usually you're grabbing like people's like landing animations, so you can't grab like Pikachu, which is really annoying. Um, and downer doesn't work on him very well. It's just so many things. But I learned how to pressure him if you stay on the front of his shield because his forward is kind of slow. So I definitely say um, neutral advantage Peach. Um, the hit advantage is definitely on Pikachu because he just blenders you and it's like really hard to combo him. I don't even know how to do an item combo on Pikachu. He's just too small. And what to look for is definitely just them like, overextending into you if you run away. All I do is run away and like kite him away from the stage and just punish that. He's just invincible on the floor. Never swing on like if as any character you guys play, um I would not advise you to swing at this character when he's on the floor. He's just too small, pairing super easy, and autos out of shield options are super broken, so it's just like leave him alone or something. Um so yeah, that's what I would say about him. Oh gosh. Luigi. I feel like after playing against characters like Kazuya when they got introduced and Steve, playing against Luigi felt simpler. I was like, oh, okay, I guess we have to do this. It refined my like, don't ever touch me, I don't like you skills. Um, I'd say the neutral's definitely in Peach's favor. It's just a little finicky sometimes because unlike the other characters, he is more mobile. He can actually like rising forward air you and stuff like that. So that's actually like the biggest thing I would say to look out for because it's like the big air to air. Because everyone's like, oh, don't get grabbed by Luigi, just float, right? And then you float, and then I got jump, run up, forward air, down aired. I don't even know what happened to me. It was like forward air, up air, forward air, nair, something. Blah blah blah. I just got blended by in the air. I got air wobbled by Luigi, and I was just like, that wasn't a grab, but like, okay. I took like 80. I was like, all right. I don't really understand what the strategy is here, but just don't touch me, I guess. Advantage say obviously it's gonna be Luigi because he has a bunch of combo breakers on Peach's stuff with like the down B, and he just honestly Luigi out advantages most people just because he's him. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And obviously, what to look for is pretty obvious. Just don't get grabbed, and actually don't get anti-air forward aired. And don't run into the plunger after you hit him because a lot of Peach's angles will send him out a way that you have to like run into the plunger after for an advantage. But sometimes you just need to like hit him and back off, like just run. That's like a very popular thing to do as Peach. Hit people and just leave them alone. It's not actually advantage state time. Now this is actually pretty similar to Luigi, I would say. It's just like I just wall the character out. It's kind of like Mario, but like easier because it doesn't feel like he blows you up. After I learned how to hit through the PK Thunders when he was like PK Thundering me, I used to get like up thrown in PK Thunder, and I was like, oh, this is the end of the game. Um, but I would actually just I learned how to hit through it with like down air or nair or something like that, and it's fine now. So that's my only concern in the matchup. So yeah, you just wall him out. Don't get hit by platform shenanigans. You kind of just stare at him and he'll do something stupid eventually. You air to air him, and as long as you don't get forward aired, beat out by forward air, you should be fine against all the other ones. And just like punish his drift. It's mostly just an execution check if you can like follow his drift, especially from ledge when he does like rising double jump from ledge and he like drifts in and out at the same time with his one double jump. If you can track that and keep him disadvantaged, it should be pretty simple. Um, yeah, it's just generic walling. It's pretty easy, honestly. Just don't get PK fired and all that nonsense. It's just a bunch of random nonsense that's like so avoidable that I don't even really think about it like that. Um, who's next? Oh, Falcon. I think this matchup is actually annoyingly like high maintenance, but I still think it's winning. Um, it's just when you're playing the neutral, he actually has to like choose really weird options that you can avoid sometimes for the most part. Like, okay, there's the armor side B, there's the run in there, there's run up grab, there's a bunch of like fast bursty options. But if you just disengage from most of these, even though he's kind of faster than you, it's only two options at the end of the day where it's like I disengage and I dodge this completely, or he calls out jump back and jumps at you in like nairs or up airs or something like that. Um, that's pretty much it. And then the annoying part about this though is that his up air actually destroys Peach. Like his up air juggling just actually destroys you. Um, but with the new combos, he's actually really comboable also. And then the one thing about his recovery is when he does this like drifty stuff where he like up Bs and like it's y'all know what I mean when he zigzags like crazy because he has Omega mobility for some reason after he up Bs. Um, that's the hard part. That's really the hard part, especially when like he's recovering. If you know how to hit it with like a turnip down like forward air, it works every time. It's just really hard to line up sometimes, and it's not even like a I can't get there in time. It's just hard to like look at and like be like, oh, he did this when he's like zigzagging and just like position it. Um, but when I'm playing well, I usually kill him all the time. So that's just what I think of it as. Um, Same thing. You can down to the ledge too. So I think the advantage is pretty even in this matchup because you get juggled really hard, he gets edge guarded really hard, and also he can get juggled too. And also, if he's wrong on one of his like approaches, you back air him and he gets comboed by that one really hard too. So yeah, but I'd say neutral's pretty even just because he's so fast sometimes. Like if they play intelligently and they don't just run at you, uh, it can be kind of annoying. Like playing Sean's a little more annoying, honestly, than like Fatality's style, where he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna do something to you." I'm like, "Well, okay, you can try." Um, I would just say look for the significant options they pick, which is like when they choose to side B armor you and when they choose to like up you out a shield for pressure. Because it's not like a real punish, but it's just like a call out on like pressure. They're like, "Oh, I think you're gonna like stand here" or something like that. That's all I would say to look out for, and the ledge trap obviously, and the like overextension run up air. I think that's the one thing Sean got me with that was like really like hard to deal with, which is like run super far past, overshoot up air, and then go for like knee after or something like that. Like slightly landing up air enough to combo into knee when you're like in the airspace. That's like the only thing. But if you just punish them hard enough for like their one mistake, it should be fine. Um, oh my god. Okay, so next is Jigglypuff. I think Jigglypuff is disturbingly easy. Like disturbingly easy. And I don't even I actually was the first person to be like, I think Jigglypuff is a very decent character. Like everyone's like, oh, this character's top bottom 10. No, I think Jigglypuff is very decent and does good against a lot of matchups. Like you've seen Jigglypuff has been beating like Cola and stuff like that because like Jigglypuff actually edge guards the characters really hard sometimes. But it doesn't work against Peach. Like Peach just destroys his character. You just wall the character out. You just move back from all their overextensions, don't challenge the pound. They get juggled. I think like just dash attacking them since she's so floaty and light. I dash attack the character randomly, and then she gets popped up in an area to get up aired, and then it's just over. She starts getting up aired, and she just runs away like for her life, and all that weird like sing at the ledge and all that other stuff like that. You can just down air it because you can't get slept while you're floating. The only thing the character has that is like slightly annoying is like pound, but like if you just outspace that, you just win. I don't know. It's supposed to happen to me. I've never been in a moment where I'm like, oh, I lost or something's bad is happening to me. Because Peach is so floaty, every time you get downed, if you just SDI up really hard in a way, nothing has ever happened to me. Ever. So I don't really even understand what's happening here on this character. Like everything's so fake to me. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna wall you out with this back air. And then I microspace them by like this much with my back air and they just lose. It's just really confusing. It's actually so easy. I fought base mage like three times, I think now. Three? And it's just not even really close. I don't know what to say about it. Next is Peach and Daisy. Next is Bowser. Wowzer. I think this is like one of those matchups where like if I'm playing well, I think this is like 8-2. The Bowser cannot hit you. Anything Bowser does just gets punished. And if you perfect like advantage state him, like which is very possible with Peach, which is the problem, like I can just up air frame trap, react to down air, block down air, punish that, and then he gets destroyed off stage actually too. Like would just like turn him forward air or just like forward air him over and over again. Like I think this match was so free, it's not even funny. He gets annihilated. I think neutral's like okay sometimes. Like they can pick some scary options. But even then, they're all like, if he's wrong once, like I can be wrong, he can't. Like it's just not even funny. I mean, I will die if he like does something random and kills me with it. That's fine. But if I'm playing well, I've never gotten hit by anything bad. And then advantage state Peach for sure. The only chance is if they tap you once, you get ledge trapped, and they are amazing at ledge trapping, and you just lose there. That is quite literally the only way I've ever seen a point where I might lose to a Bowser. Um, But yeah, after like the Yasujin combos too, like it's so free. Like you just actually die. There's no way your SDI is saving you from my combo either. So I would say just look for like the landing. They're gonna jump in eventually, and they're just gonna try and do some like jump back airs and like hit you and kill you really early. Just don't die to anything stupid and just look out for side B. Just it's like maintaining a range of like moving away from side B and not like interacting with it much, and also not jumping and getting tagged by forwarders. That's all I would say. It's not really hard at all. Um, I think this matchup is slightly bad. I've been learning more about it. I've been grinding it. I still think it's bad. Like the ice climbers just hits way too hard. The general strategy is like kind of to run away from them and like intercept them. And but they chasing you down so hard that you can't really pull turnips that much. A lot of them stuff shreds turnips in the first place. Um, the desyncing is really hard for Peach to deal with. Like she doesn't have like a great fast like disjoint projectile type thing to like deal with this character. So it gets really annoying when they're like using Blizzard and it's like, oh, I want to go over Blizzard, and then they're up tilting at the same time they're Blizzarding, and then they also just death combo you really hard. Peach's Excel out of like berries and icicle stuff is not fast at all. So like a lot of people will like mash really hard at the ice, and then like they can like rise really fast and try to get out or something. It's really bad for Peach. And even if you do air dodge out of it, it's such a floaty air dodge, you'll just die probably too. And she's also not good at getting off the ledge, which is a really important part about like fighting ices, like getting off the ledge trapping versus them. So like you kind of just die if they tap you. It's really hard. I think the neutral is definitely in their favor, and so is the advantage. But then the character is also slightly dysfunctional if you can misplace them. There's a few openings, it's just not easy to look for. So what I would say to look for is look for a part where they leave you a space to grab turnip, and then you can use that to like lob it over, and then you have to like desync the percents of the ices so that when you do tap them with something, one goes like super far, and you can combo the other one. Because when I turnip them, the turnip only hits one person at a time. So one person's percent is gonna be like messed up, and then you kind of just hit them, and then they'll go like completely different directions. Because down air you can space it so they go like other ways, which is a pretty good tool. And then you can actually do a combo compared to like just doing a basic combo on them. That's the other thing. Peach's combos are so like airtight that like when you're comboing someone like Rosalina and there's like two things like Luma and like Nana and stuff like that, her combos don't work. So I don't even really get combos. The most I'll do is like down or forward air on like this character. You can't do anything fancy. I'm really jealous of other characters. That's how you know certain characters are quality, when their combos work like with two things hitting. Like when I play Pal and I like nair ices and I nair both of them at the same time and it's still nair up air them or whatever, I'm like, yeah, that's a quality hitbox. When I'm playing Peach, I'm like, that didn't really work out like I wanted it to. When I down air, up air, down tilt, that doesn't work. Um so yeah, I just put it in slightly bad just because the whole character is just like wants you to interact with it, and Peach is about interacting too, and she just loses in that department. It's not really great. The next character is Sheik. Okay, I don't know why all my like peers are putting Sheik in some like -2 nonsense. Y'all are insane. Y'all are literally insane. This matchup is so like fine. It's so fine. It's like so even. It's not even funny. Like I would not even like compare it to anything that's happening up here. Like I think the most important thing is like in neutral, I think it's pretty even. Like we have like good movement. I have bigger hitboxes. And she has like needles and stuff like that, but that doesn't really matter. She has good tilts and down tilts and stuff like that, but all that is punishable on shield. All her air like tilts punishable with back air. Um I like even use forward tilt against this character just to like air to air her. I mean not air to air, like anti air her. I just don't think the other peaches know how to trade like me. Like that was a skill I learned from like a certain someone, so I guess maybe they didn't get that teaching like me to learn how to trade for real. But I understand her speed can be a little overwhelming, but like she can't even juggle you well. Downer is actually really good at being, you can match Downer on Sheik, like it ruins her advantage to a lot. And if you just like DI up and like SDI a little bit, she doesn't get that much on her combos against you. unless she's like dragging you down through a platform and like up smashing you or something like that. But most of her stuff is pretty avoidable, and I think it's really obvious when they want to needles you into up smash. I don't know. I just, especially because like I played this matchup so much in Smash 4, and they gave bouncing fish more lag, they gave her tilt more lag, and her hitboxes are smaller, so I can trade with them easier. It just feels like way simpler. I just played this matchup so much in Smash 4 that it took me a while to get used to Ultimate Sheik too. But like once I got used to it, I was like, oh, it's fine. You can tank so much as long as you don't get like killed in disadvantage. Like, if your disadvantage is good as a Peach player, I feel like this should be like totally fine. Just don't get hit by jump in aerials. That's really it. If you just know how to space your down tilts to like counter hit jump in aerials, it's kind of hard for them to do much. And then if your disadvantage is good, like you should be fine against Sheik. It's really not that bad. Um, and turnip train kills her too if she does something stupid. So it's pretty good. Pretty good, I would say. Like I would rather play this even matchup. I still think Sheik is a really good character, which is why I put it in even, because sometimes it does get a little dicey. But like getting single needled at like 89 and like dying up smash or something like that, or like double needled or whatever it is, like a very small clip. I was just like, that's weird. That's like an unreactable, super safe like kill confirm, but that's okay, I guess. Um, I would much rather fight a Sheik than like these things, but that's also because I guess the Sheik player base, you have to be better with your character to like do anything. So I don't really feel that many good Sheik players, I guess. Um, Next up is Zelda. I think Zelda's terrible. I think Zelda's bottom 5. I tried playing Zelda, so I guess I understand her a lot. But Zelda cannot deal with Peach's unique pressure. I think like Knight is super campable. Um, the only way a Zelda even hits me is if I mess up. Like it's just so not real. Like this character just cannot deal with Peach's pressure, Peach's movement, everything. She gets like danced on like times 4. It's not even okay. Because even Zelda's like big anti-air thing, which is like, oh, up tilt or like up air's too slow, up tilt's too like stagnant. Because the good part they want to hit in the first place is the back hit. It's like so reactable too. And like Zelda's best tilt is her down tilt, and she can't even reach that. So like her grounded moves are kind of obsoleted versus me. Like besides dash attack, her dash attack is amazing, but like I just meant like standstill ground moves. So it's just like she can't box like that. And we have like the same dash attack anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And then since float exists, you can just float stall their like night timing, so they never get like a good night ledge trap on you, because you can always manipulate when you like grab the ledge. Even if you don't have a float, you can like jump, wait, slightly floaty, and then like up B and manipulate when you grab the ledge, so they never get a good night setup on you. It's like really easy. Um, yeah, I don't know. Never really lost a one. Um, Dr. Mario. It's pretty easy. Where is he? I think it's like I don't even know. It's like around here. It's whatever. His up B is annoying because he can like reply to shield pressure really well. It's really scary actually. And him like actually being able to like kind of threaten you with like ramp down throw down B is kind of scary also. But this is pretty easy, and he should get edge guarded. Honestly, it's probably like around here. Like I really don't even have that much of an opinion on this. It's pretty easy. So I'm honestly just gonna put it here. Just because his recovery is so bad. Like if his recovery was better, this would probably be a lot harder and scarier. But like this character can't even like reach me sometimes. It is scary that he has such accessible death. There is like just down throw down B and stuff like that, but it doesn't. I don't know. He's just not reaching me anytime soon. Like and I don't know. You have to troll and get hit by a pill to like for them to get anything started on me ever. So it's just like I really don't care. Um, I would honestly just say look out for pills, outspace them. It's like way simpler, and just don't run into their shield and get smash attacked and or um neutral. I mean upbeat, because they're just fishing for parry anyway. They can't really do anything, so they're just standing there and hoping you do something stupid. I don't know. It's so like not even like a player matchup. Pichu, this is good too. Um, kind of just wall him out. He's even stubbier. He's scarier because he's like a little faster and like airspeed, like he falls faster and all that stuff like that. So it's a little scarier sometimes because he's a little more deadly too. But you should be able to wall him out, and he's so light. Like this is the one character where I'm like, damn, I'm strong, but I'm not. But like, oh, this and Puff, where I'm just like, I hit them with something, I'm like, you died? That was great. I don't know, like I actually feel like I could kill in this matchup. Um, I don't really know what they're even supposed to do. Like when I wall them with backers and down tilts, they can't really hit me. So I think Peach just wins like this neutral really easily. And if they T-jolt, you either break it or you just disengage, and that's really it. A Pichu has never really caught me either. Um, and then advantage state, I think Peach just hits too hard, even if the combos aren't like extensive on Pichu. He falls so fast and he's so light that it's also really easy at low percent to do back air, back air, back air on him. And then he falls so fast he gets tech chase after too. So I literally triple back air him and then run at him, and then like he'll probably get hit again. And then he's about to die, and his two frame isn't good either, so you can just down air the ledge or do something there, and it's also really annoying for him. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know his combos are really good, but like I don't get to that part. I don't really think about getting hit versus this character because it doesn't happen that much. Like, what are you gonna do? Up tilt me? Why was I even there? Like, what? Something had to go extremely wrong for me to get up tilted or down tilted or whatever. So I don't really think about that much. And what to look out for? Just don't get too finicky with his T jolts. They're kind of annoying. So I wouldn't really deal with that. And make sure you cover his quick attacks because those are pretty fast and like you don't think about them because they don't hit you, but like you should still cover them because it's how he's gonna escape the corner versus you mostly. And don't get up thrown. That's literally the entire matchup. Just don't get run up grabbed by the run up grab character. That Peach walls out amazingly. Like it's okay. Falco. Oh my gosh. So I actually think Peach wins this, but it's really annoying because unlike the other ones, getting fair up tilted is way easier to mess up and get up tilted or faired by Falco because things are just so large sometimes. And his advantage state is really, really good on Peach. Like his combos really hurt Peach really bad. Um, but I think Peach wins in neutral. Like he can just try and laser and annoy you and stuff like that. But I think Peach wins in neutral, and she can also like edge guard him really well. They have this good thing where they angle the Firefox, and it's like hard to harass them. But I found a way to like you can turn up the two frame after, or you can just like space a downer after. There's a lot of ways to like harass Falco off stage, which is like isn't surprising by any means. But it's also because like one of my like best friends plays Falco, so I've just played this matchup a ton. But I just don't really know. So at some points, like all Falco can really do is like sling forwarders and hope you run into them, and that is like a whiff punishable move. So as long as that's whiff punishable, like it really doesn't matter. Um, because all he does is shoot lasers, and even if you just tank the lasers, if lasers did more damage, I would probably say this is annoying because it staggers your movement, which is kind of annoying. But it only does like 2 damage, and then their callouts are them like side being into you after weird stuff happens, and I'm just like, I don't really care about that. Like, if you're getting hit by Falco side being into you like that, I don't really know. Like, is that real? Like, it's not gonna oppress you, and people spot dodge after getting lasered or whatever, and then they get run back ledge side bead and get comboed. I'm like, why? I don't really get it. Um, so I'll always say look out for like don't get up tilted, don't get falling nared. Because the biggest thing that happens to me in this matchup is I get like grabbed sometimes out of falling nairs, or I get up tilted because I mess up my punish or something like that. But if I just like concede or just do a basic punish instead of trying to like float aerial it because it's kind of hard to do, like you can always float aerial it, but it's just annoying to do sometimes. Um, but if I just concede, I just win most of the time. It's just I don't know. I want to fight Tilde because I'm really good at this matchup, so it would be interesting to see that. Um, boom, boom. What's the next character? What is wrong? Marth and Lucina. Wait, what is wrong with my computer? Um, I think Marth is actually a very good pick versus Peach, unironically, because we stay at this like very like mid range. Like that's Peach's like natural spacing to be in tipper range, which is kind of annoying. And the tippers being like really safe on our shield actually make it like a little more annoying than Lucina in its like own way. Like there's some times where he won't kill you with like basic things just because like you're too close for certain back airs and stuff like that. But it actually is pretty annoying because that's just Peach's natural spacing and like how much shield lag it adds makes it very very difficult. Um, I think that these are both actually just equally even though. I'll just talk about them together. They're kind of like the same thing. The neutral is pretty basic. It's not the easiest to run up on Lucina, and she has a good response to like obviously with like up B out of shield. Um, the advantage state though, I would definitely say advantage favors Peach. Their down throw like whatever, I feel like it's so fake. It doesn't really work on Peach that well. Down throw like back air like at low percents, as they always do or whatever it is. The juggling's not that good from this character either. Like on my character, they just have good ledge trapping. That's like where their money comes in. Like ledge trapping and edge guarding. That's what they do. Like I can't really like edge guard this character very well, or like ledge trapping's like okay sometimes, not the best, but this character can actually edge guard Peach and like go out there, and it's kind of crazy. Like the way Proto goes out there, especially like I should feel like that should like be pretty self-explanatory. How he just goes hard out there. Um, so honestly, like and then the thing is too, even like some weird combos don't work on them very well because like they have that like invincible up B escape option all the time. So I'd say the advantage is actually pretty even because Peach Upper juggles this character really hard. They edge guard you really hard, and they also have combo breakers on your like better combos, but they don't really have combos that work on you either. So this ends up being a very neutral hit for hit like matchup, and the matchup like is also very even in terms of neutral. So it's very like whoever's playing better at the time will win. So it's a pretty fun matchup actually. It's just very like player based. What to look out for? Just don't get run up nared, and obviously don't get shield breakered. But just manage your like turnips well, and don't fall for like basic like dancing blade and tempo differences, which is just like a top Marcina thing, which is where they like stagger their like dancing blades in weird ways. Um, and don't let them. Proto especially loves to rip forward smash on ledge. That's like one of the only ways to die really early, or by getting edge guarded. But that's pretty much it. It's just such a player matchup. I don't even really know what to say about it. It just depends which Marcina you're playing and how they play. It's a very good matchup. Young Link. This thing is so. Uh, it's annoying. It's really annoying, but it's very even. It took a while of like playing it to like really learn how to deal with it all, but I'm pretty good at this now. Um, I play Z3 very often, and I played Skittles like later, and I was like, okay, I get it now. It's fine. So this character, like, you really have to master Peach's like hitboxes to attack this. I made like a rotation tweet a long time ago. I don't know if any of you remember that, but I was watching Naruto and like when like Neji like spins and he says like rotation. I was like Peach naring and I was like, well, they beat the projectiles, right? And instead of shielding, I started hitting his projectiles with like Nair and Bear, and I was like, oh, I don't have to shield and like get locked up and do whatever. So I literally just started like attacking his projectiles on like quick time events. And if you're good at that, then you can actually like run at him and like pressure the character pretty well. Um so yeah, and then I was just able to hit him, and then his My juggling just got better. I just learned how to juggle and also deal with like things like cloud down air and like young link down air is really important. Because once you eliminate those options, you kind of just kill him. Especially if you can hit his tether, then like his recovery gets really limited because the toad just kills his recovery. So all I would say is don't get overwhelmed by the projectiles. Just like you can sometimes when I like want to chill, instead of attacking them, I'll stand there and just parry, parry, parry. Just like think for a little bit. But a lot of times you're just gonna wait for them to like throw the boomerang upwards. That's like the way they're gonna anti-air you, and then you can move after that because they either have to fight you, roll through you, or like shoot an arrow, and then you punish the arrow if they do with like a jump, triangle jump, falling back air like on their arrow shot. If you close the distance, or they're just gonna fight you, like Kobe will sometimes, and just run at you and grab you or something like that. So they can try that too, but then you can actually just fight them back. So it's pretty fine, I would say. Um, but you can it does get a little overwhelming sometimes with like all the stuff happening. You have to be very like locked into the screen because if you get tapped by random stuff, you can just get like comboed so hard. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten like return boomeranged by accident. Um, and then like falling forward air, drag down, down tilted, and then a bunch of bad things have happened to me. I was like, okay, this is a lot, but it's fine if you just take it calmly. Um, mm, mm, mm. My last thing I want to say about Young Link is why did the Nair kill? It just looks wrong. Like when I look at it, I'm just like, why does it kill you? Like they just run up and Nair you at like 110, you just explode. I'm like, that looks like pre-patch Palu Nair where like it shouldn't kill you. I was like, what just happened on the screen? You should have to like forward air them or something. Why did the Nair just blow you up? Like this little tiny kick just killed you. I was like, what? That's not really fair. Anyways, Ganon. This is pretty easy, honestly. If you're playing bad, it looks stupid, but this is honestly really easy. Ganon is just bad. I don't really know what to say. He's just he swings big things. If it's not Nair, just it's a really easy whiff punish. You can run up and combo him really hard. He'll die to all of the crazy turnip combos. Turnip train works on him super well. All his stuff gets turnip trained basically, except for like Nair. So you can just deal with that. And the way that he's so slow, he can't even space it to like Nair 1 2 you all the time. You can back up from Nair 1, parry 2, and then turn it out of shield, and then he'll die from that. Like all he's gonna do is run at you and try and dash attack and do something unsafe, and if you just punish it, he will just explode. Especially if you're good at like hitting his recovery with the turnip, like how like I talked about, it's kind of tricky to hit Falcons. It's like less tricky to hit Ganondorfs. You just intercept it with a turnip as he like rockets up or whatever, and usually just dies. And I don't even think disadvantage versus this character is that hard. It's scary, like if they're correct, they can hit you. But notice I say correct, because like they can't just be correct; they have to be like omega correct, and like hit you with something insane. It's like okay, you have to side beam me and then read my option on my tech option. Like Rickles even told me like down smash works on like Peach's roll away because it scoops you, so you have to like choose a certain different option or whatever. But like even then, it doesn't. I don't know. They have to still have to get something right because I still have a 50-50 at the end of the day. So if they have to guess that one and then hit you there and then kill you with that, like the down air up smash you or something. I don't know. They have to hit something crazy to kill you, and I was just like, okay, whatever. The amount of times they're gonna be correct compared to you just playing and winning is just so irrelevant that it doesn't even matter. Just don't get nared because that's the only move they can really even use. Um, mm, 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 mm. Mewtwo. This is oddly annoying. Very oddly annoying. But he's also really light. And he has a Shadow Ball too, so it's really annoying sometimes. I'd say the neutral can be similar to like Samus, where I'm just like camping him. But the thing is, unlike Samus, he weighs less than me. Like, that's the difference where I'm like, oh, I hit Mewtwo, and he just dies. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine then. But his game plan is actually really annoying. He's fast, he has these tilts, he has a good anti-air for checking you. He has a lot of amazing tools actually for fighting Peach. It's just his Nair in this game, unlike 4, it's not like as safe, so you can out of shield him. And then with these new like turnip combos, he's so huge, he gets destroyed by them. It's actually really easy. The same thing I said where like the combos destroy like Samus. He's the same weight. So and he's super big too to get shield poked really easily. So like again, up air anytime, up air, turn up nair, forward toss, forward toss, down toss, dead. It's super free on him. That's the only thing that makes this like good, I would say. Or otherwise, I'd probably put this in even because his tools are actually really good at anti-airing, camping you out, shadow balling, and all that other nonsense. Um, but yeah, he just gets out shielded and he's slightly too big and light and floaty. He also gets juggled. Um, but the main thing too that is actually really interesting is the what's it called? His like randomness is like kind of there when he like side Bs you. That situation is not the best on like floaties because like your air dodge isn't good because a lot of times out of side B you have to like air dodge randomly. So it actually works pretty well in Peach to like catch something, especially because my double jump isn't super fast either. So that actually is a good equalizer. Just like how I said, don't get neutral beat by Yoshi. That little weird grab thing can actually cause a lot of trouble really fast for some reason. Um, but if you just kind of get away from him for that too, it shouldn't matter too much. Again, I would just out turnip camp this character and just fake him out, make him use his side B to try and reflect the like turnip, and then just punish him, and then he'll die very early. Actually, that's the thing. If Peach doesn't struggle to kill in a matchup, then you're just doomed because that's like her thing. And she's supposed to like not be able to kill you or whatever. But if you do just die versus her, then it's honestly just hopeless. Like I don't even know what to tell you. Roy and Crom. Okay, so my boyfriend plays Roy and Crom, so I play this a lot. But even then, before that, I played like Goblin a lot. Um, and I just think this, like, I'll just do Crom first. Crom just dies. Like the Toad just kills Crom. It's really easy. You can just down air or turn up his like ledge, like air dodge to ledge or something. Uh, at some point something he does will be like back airable and he's that like that gravity, you'll just back air down to him. The neutral can be really annoying sometimes. Like he still has a good sword, he's fast and strong and stuff like that. But I can't tell you how many times I've just been getting like I've been like getting out neutral, losing, whatever like that. And then I just win because he just dies. Like the fact that you can hit the character as he's rising with his up B is just like so easy to the point where I'm like, damn, like you tried so hard and for what? Like I don't even know. It's good, but it's like good in a weird way. Cause like sometimes Crom does really good, or he's just like fighting you and he's like a sword and he's fast and he's strong, but then he just dies. And at the end of the day, I don't really think characters that die are that good. I don't think it's as easy as this tier, so I'll just put this here. All you have to look out for is don't get run in aerial, and then just DI your down tilts correctly, and don't get jabbed, which is all punishable. Well, not down tilt and not nair, but like I mean you can footstool nair, so it's just like but he can space a little bit. But if they're spacing their aerials, he doesn't really get his combos. That's the other thing people don't talk about. Crom when he like does his like aerials, he has to go really like into you if he wants to confirm the aerial. He can't like space like he's advertised to and still get his good combos because he has less hit lag than Roy. So it's like hard to do his combos and he has less hit stun. So it's actually not even that easy for him to do that. But I do think this character has some stuff sometimes with like him hitting ledge with like his ground options that a lot of characters can't do. A lot of his tools are actually really good, but he just his that recovery, man. It's just not it. And Roy is almost in that level, like where like sometimes these characters like Jigglypuff actually edgeguard Roy. It makes it look really bad. And I found this way to edgeguard Roy with Turnip that is really good. So to that same extent, I think Roy also dies. So I found a way to kill him with like Turnip Fair off of his up B. It's like reactable. Toad works on up B, and his stuff is a little safer. He's a little more scary and volatile, but I still think Peach beats Roy. Like he kind of just runs at you and just gets outboxed. and a lot of his pressure you can disengage from. He just kills really early. It's the only reason I might put this here, just because he's so insanely strong. But I still think anytime I've played good, I don't lose to this character. And this is what this list is for. Like when I play good, like the Peach playing good. Like I just think this character just gets edge guarded. He can't really edge guard you like that. Neutral, you outspace him down to so much more reward than anything he can do to you. His ledge trapping is good, but you can also like Peach can also ledge trap the character. Even though he has good things like jump side B and his air mobility is actually kind of hard to track sometimes with like Peach uppers and stuff like that. Even then, turnip train works on him really well. Just basic things like that just make it pretty easy. So I just think Peach beats both these characters. Just don't get killed by something random. That could be like side B or anything like that. Okay, this is a really interesting one. This is a really interesting one. I know I won, and I'm like probably the best person at this matchup like ever to ever exist as Peach. But like, it's bad. It's really bad. It's actually so bad. Like, especially because Reggie, I don't know if y'all remember Reggie Shibiki, the other game I watched from Mexico. He came to my city, San Antonio, for like work, and he was here for like 2 weeklies, and I played him like 3 sets. It was really hard still, and I'm like, dude, like I'm beating like the best game I watched or whatever like that, but like other game I watch is just doing other stuff like Doofus from Houston or like whatever. It's just hard sometimes. This matchup is like the risk reward is not fair. They just run in and mash Nair. It's safe, and it's just like you get tapped and you take 80 and you get up it and then you get upbeat off the side, even with a good SDI, and you just get ledge trapped. Like Peach cannot get off the ledge versus Bacon at all. He can actually go out there and edge guard you. You can't edge guard Game and Watch. She doesn't have reliable 2 frames for hitting his like biggest thing where it's this horrible 2 frame because he goes above the ledge. So she doesn't have a reliable hitbox because she has nothing active. Um, the thing you're supposed to do is like stuff the nair instead of running away from it. But even that is like hard sometimes because you need fast ground speed for that, and that's aka what my character doesn't have. I don't have fast ground speed, so I'm doing it with like a disadvantageous set, and I don't even get much for dash attacking him. It's like okay, you took a dash attack, and juggling him isn't even great. His downer beats my up air most of the time because my arm goes into it, unless you hit him like specifically from the side. But it's hard because he has so much air drift while he's down airing. Um, it's like really hard to ledge trap him. I had to make some like really ghetto secret like ledge trap to ledge trap Meister the way I did. And it's really hard because his get up animations have no animations. Like neutral get up doesn't have an animation, so I had to make some like fake animation like timing in my head. Um, it's bad. It's just really bad. And anything you do, they just upbeat, and they can upbeat anyways. And Peach can't even jump double jump up air, the like punish the Game and Watch. Her jump acceleration is too slow. You have to upbeat. You have to jump double jump upbeat to punish it, like to get the extra rise in time. And it doesn't even kill them. I tried being like, oh, maybe this will like get an early kill if I have a bunch of rage and they're like whatever. It doesn't kill them even like 120, 30 to do jump double jump parasol like as fast as you can to still get the punish, because you can't get a fully extended double jump and still punish them. You have to do it mid double jump. It hits them and then it doesn't kill them. I'm like, this doesn't even kill. Where most characters, like if I'm playing Palu or like the good characters against Game & Watch, if they upbeat incorrectly at 70, you can like jump double jump up air them, they'll die. But like that's just not how this works, and I can't exploit the parts of his disadvantage. He has a reflector. He has like, it's just, and then his smash attacks are just the risk reward is so messed up. This character is just so messed up. I think your character is so messed up if you are able to beat Pikachu, Peach, and like Fox at the same time. How does your character destroy Pikachu, Peach, and Fox at the same time? What type of character is that? This character, and this shit is just so bad. Like I can't even. I know I won, but and I think oh it's okay. I made the neutral look good to the point where I'm like maybe it's playable, but like the risk reward is so unfathomably bad because it's not even like you can tank a grab. They grab you and nair you all the same, and it's just so ridiculous. And his jab is negative like it's negative like 6 or 7 or something like that, so he can jab spot dodge or just jab grab you. It's like actually so impossible to play. I'm actually like losing my mind right now thinking about what I'd be doing. I'm just like, how did I do that? Like what? This is so bad. It's just so bad. I've tried so hard to land too. Landing is impossible. They can just up air, and then as soon as you get towards the platform or anywhere you want to land, they just throw an air out and it just covers everything. And it's like, great. Oh, that was great. You're the best player I've ever seen. I don't even slight bad. Uh, I'm inclined to put slight because I made that neutral look okay. But the way you have to play, like I promise you, if you are not juiced up on like a bunch of caffeine and you are like staring at the screen, you will lose immediately. Because you have to perfectly react to everything. He dictates the pace, and you have to counter hit everything perfectly. And if you mess up, you just die. And the ledge trapping is like impossible. And the like I think it's like this, but hearing myself talk about it, I want to do this because I'm like, why would I say that and then do that at the same time? Like, what is happening? It's just because I play it so well sometimes that I'm like, it might be playable? Question mark. I don't know. It's just not fair sometimes. Right. They have to like choose to lose. I don't really know. Um, Meta Knight. So I actually what's it called? Where is he? Oh. Um I actually played against Meta Knight a ton in Smash 4. I don't know if like people know, but I beat Leo's Meta Knight in Smash 4. In Smash 4 Peach Meta Knight. Terrible matchup, by the way. And I beat him at Evo. And I just play this matchup every single week at my weekly D2DA. Shout outs to D2DA. In Florida. And after this character got put into Ultimate, you don't really die as much because I'm used to like, oh, I have to play to not get hit once. It's the same character, I don't get hit, but then it doesn't kill me at the same time most of the time, unlike Smash 4. And then like Peach always had the neutral advantage, which is what I did to Leo on Smash 4. I just like if you watch the game he went Meta Knight, I beat him and only took 40%. And I two-stocked him. I only took 40%. So it's like I was used to like playing to not let the character hit me, and then now it's an ultimate. My character's better. This character's worse. He doesn't kill me, and I still win neutral. So it's like, what's really happening here? Like nothing. Like I just win now. I've never really struggled with a Meta Knight. I've played a matchup so many times, and I just beat them. They're just gonna run at you. You wall them out basically. You play like kind of like the. There's like a few evasive styles you'll play like when you're playing against Luigi. It's just like that but faster, but like very streamlined since they can only try and dash attack and aerial you. It's really simple, really simple. I guess he can like neutral beat edgeguard now and try that, but even I got good at dodging that too because I was like their new thing to try and do. So honestly, just try and do that. Look out for just his burst option. That's really just a burst option. That's all he can even do. Just burst. I wouldn't even call it dash attack or dash grab. It's just a burst, and you just swat his burst option and you win. Um, Peach wins in probably like every department in this matchup. Maybe not by much, but she just does. Um, Pit and Dark Pit. This is actually really interesting. This matchup is actually annoyingly annoying. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're just saying that because you saw Zachary making this character look like top tier." But like, no, I've been known this match was actually annoying for Peach. Like the orbiters, my up air like is in a curve, and you can't go upwards. So the advantage state is really hard because you can't even juggle his character. He has multiple jumps. He can get to the side of you decently and like land with a back air or forward air, and you have to like just respect that. And they can also just land with down B. And with that new buff where they have no lag, your upper like physically isn't thin enough to like go straight under and hit his toes like you're supposed to. There's like a slight blind spot, but it's too wide. You can't aim for that like his toes. Um, so that's like one time my up air doesn't work in like an advantage state scenario, which is really sad. Um, because I love my up air, I do, but it just doesn't work in this one scenario really. And then the neutral's annoying. He's fast. He's got like these disjoints that are good at walling Peach out. He combos you good, and he has good grab pressure, and he is annoying. Like especially normal pit. I think Dark Pit's really good at calling Peach out for hitting buttons, and you can use the side B in the corner and get really early kills realistically. And I think normal Pit is really good at just getting really free percent off like normal things. Like imagine Pit down throw. I think they do like down throw, jump down air, rising nair or whatever it is, and then you get sent out, and then they just tag you with like 13 arrows, and you just have to hold that. Like you can't really do anything to them. Like I've tried hitting them, but they can curve them around your hitbox because they have so much versatility, and they can just hit you with so many arrows, and it's just so much percent. And having a 4-throw kill is really insane, like really insane. And this character's burst dash attack is so good against her. Like he's so good at whiff punishing Peach. Like he moves so fast with his dash and dash attack that like he dash attacks you, and also it kills you if you're not DIing perfectly too. Like you'll just go up and die, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he also has very good like accessible smash attacks for punishing very like quick Peach options, so he can keep up really fast. It's not easy to suffocate him because he's so fast on the ground. Um, and yeah, it's mostly gonna rely off you playing that his things are not exactly the safest on shield, so if you can get turnips and stuff like that. But it's not easy to get the turnip since he's so fast. That's like why this matchup is tricky. You have to hit him first, then pull the turnip, and then like not use your shield too much because he's good at harassing that too. And then keep moving, and then with punish him or punish his aerials on shield like that. It's a very bait and punishy. It's kind of like Lucina, but like he's faster on the ground. He has more like bursts, so it gets a little tricky. Um, but it's a very much so like I would call it a player matchup where it's just like the players are just playing. It's not like characters like are like using the tools and like overpowering someone with it. You can't really overpower this character. He can't really overpower you. So it's just like a very player matchup. Um, mm, I hope everyone knows what I mean by a player matchup. That like it's just like two people being good at the game. ZSS is so weird. She's right here. Okay, this one is like I want to say it's like this, or it's like this. It's so weird because Mars would like I would say before ZSS definitely won this matchup before, but she got nerfed so hard, and I don't even think ZSS is good. Like I really don't think ZSS is good. But I think against my character specifically, she's okay sometimes, but she gets outboxed, she gets out pressured, she's forced to grab you. Her R&R is honestly not even that good. But she gets out of like disadvantage for free, which is like helpful for her. So I wouldn't even say like the advantage state is great versus this character. She can space you out sometimes because she has that good air mobility. But her all her stuff is just such trickling rewards. Like, okay, you failed the close combat scenario and she jabbed you or forward tilted you or something. Like, I don't know, this character just doesn't hit that hard. And especially with the uppy nerf too. Oh, they gutted this character. Her moves don't work sometimes. She can still outspeed you. That's the only reason I put this here. If like I played a character that like went like speed to speed with her, and that wasn't even her big advantage, obviously she just sucks. But I think the fact that like she can still outmaneuver me so much a little bit is a little worrisome. Even if her options aren't the best for it, because once she has you in disadvantage, sometimes her advantage state is pretty good. Um, so I don't even think she has to play such close quarter situations in the first place. I would honestly just say just look out for Zaire. That's like the biggest lead thing, and just don't get grabbed. And if not, how do they really burst you? They just run up in like forward air or something like that. I'm just thinking about it. She has to burst you. It's not really advantageous to them, but running up on her is like really hard. For advantage, I would definitely say Peach hits harder, and then neutral is like maybe slight ZSS, maybe slight ZSS, but not in like a way that really matters. But it can show sometimes, especially when she gets the lead, like how much she can run from you. And she's allowed to throw out like safe Sarah's like way easier than you, like pokes. She gets to throw out the pokes in the matchup. But if she's wrong, it hurts her way more. And honestly, that matters more in Ultimate, like how hard you hit. That's why Peach like does well, but I wouldn't say well enough. I would put this here for sure. Just don't get Zared. Mars is gonna be mad. Mars is gonna be really rad. Yeah. Trades are better for Peach in this matchup. And the thing is, ZSS's up air isn't even that good. It does like no percent, and it trades really easily. You can like mash into it really easily, and you'll just trade with her, and she loses her advantage state, which is honestly just sucks. Oh god, Wario is so. It's so funny because I play any Wario and I destroy them, and then I play Gluto and I'm like, this is even. Or like hard sometimes. It's just I think this is even. He's just too heavy. He lives forever. I think the general strategy, if you've ever watched a me versus Gluto match, we're just walling each other out. We play like a very like clockwork, like none of us are gonna approach first thing, and then whoever does, like someone will get bored eventually and move in or like try something. Like if I think he's like falling asleep at the clock, the pendulum, I'll like try and hit him first or something maybe. But we definitely just faint that. So yeah, and it's like Wario has the fart cheese. Obviously, that's the only thing you're looking out for. Just don't get cheesed by that. So you'll just like preemptively anti-air him when he tries to cheese you. With like landing up airs, because he has to land into you. That's the thing. If Wario doesn't land into you with a hitbox like fair up air, it just sucks. So I always just make sure that's the only thing I don't get hit by. And you know, Gluto's kind of raw, so he might go for a raw waft, but I would honestly never approach this character ever. And I think people who are like, oh, just fight him and don't let him get waft or make him only get one waft a game. How about you run out the time so much that he only gets one waft? Because like Peach is not fast enough to like make the character like die that fast or something. Especially because he bikes. Every single time he recovers, he bikes. He goes 10,000 feet over my head and jumps to center stage. Like, and there's nothing I can do about it. The only person I've seen successfully do that strategy is one time, like at a 2GG, where like Shuton was there, and he just like rushed down Gluto and killed him in like 2 minutes. And I was like, I'm not Olimar shitting out like 8,000% a second, so I can't do that. So you know, we just camp until one of us dies. And if I don't get hit by the waft for 5 minutes, then he'll only get that one, maybe, you know. And also, it's harder for him to use full waft than half. So I might as well give him the full one so he can't like combo me that well. I don't know. I think the biggest thing to look out for is just don't let them land into you. That's the only thing I even play around in this matchup. It's pretty simple otherwise. Like you can play it kind of like you're just walling out a generic Mario character. Snake, that's interesting. I think each actually beats this character very slightly. Very slightly. She can like outmaneuver his things, and she has very unique approaches to what the character is doing. Like he tries to like set this little like field up in minefield, but you have a very specific approach you can like go around to. I have a local snake now, so I've just seen it too many times. And they can use aerials to mix it up and stuff like that, but all the times they use the aerials, it's not good for them. It's like so laggy and stuff like that. And honestly, the advantage state is good for Snake. Like if he hits you and stuff starts happening, you take too much percent, you will die immediately. But the neutral, like he can't hit me sometimes. When I didn't know what this character was doing before, and I was fighting like Vinny G, the greatest mixer of all time. Like Vinny G is the legendary like mixer. Like he just had the craziest mix ever. I was just like, anytime a snake is like, I'm gonna mix you, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. You got it, bro. And I just disengaged from them. And then I literally timed out Vinny. And I just like ran away from him. And Snake can't catch me. And I was like, well, yeah. I just ran away from him the entire time and just like punished him like basic things and just ran away. Like Snake can't catch you. And in my head at the time, before I knew more and more about Snake, that's the only weakness I saw in the character. I was like, wow, this character has broken frame data, kills you, amazing crouch, like he's super heavy, like all these amazing things. And I was like, well, the only thing is he can't chase you down and like catch me in the air. So I was like, okay, I'll just do that. And then I did. And now I understand a different way to fight him at least, but those flaws are still there. And especially like after fighting things like Steven Kazuya, like really learning to exploit like limited movement. Even if it can be tricky sometimes, Snake doing his little jiggle, it's still a jiggle. He's not really moving that far. He's just jiggling in place sometimes. Like it really doesn't matter to me. So I would say Peach definitely beats him slightly just because of the neutral. The only thing to watch out for is to not get snowballed and he'll get grabbed or up tilted, and then everything should be fine. And if they are throwing them out, don't get hit by stray aerials. But that can all be won by just like, I know that sounds like a lot, but all that gets won by is just like disengaging from him in the first place, so that doesn't really matter. Ike is actually really annoying. Like really annoying. He's not good enough where it's like, okay, this will matter, but it's actually just annoying. I've always thought this matchup was super annoying. It helps now that like he's actually the good weight for like comboing and stuff like that, so he should just die to like the death combos and stuff too. But like just random things from this character is actually very annoying to deal with, like dash attack and stuff. I think this neutral is actually very even if he just platform camps and stays away from you. So he can actually just like disengage and like just nair when he wants to in good positions. Advantage state, pretty even. Like when he hits you, it hurts a lot. And he gets a little bit of percent and he can just random dash attack you. And things will go really wrong. But you also hit him really hard, combo him really hard. So I think advantage is also really good for Peach. Probably slightly better for Peach because I can actually kill him off stage. Like I know how to throw the turnip with the side B, so it stops the side B, and then his up B gets countered, obviously. He just dies to that too, and then he can't really handle her pressure up close once you get there, so that sucks for him too. Just don't get nared or grabbed by him, which is also done by seeing him on the platform, because the way the match is gonna go, he's gonna be on the platform, he's just gonna be stalling there and naring and doing whatever, and then you're just gonna back up from him anytime he actually tries to attack you. And he's gonna have to super overextend if he wants to hit you. The character's not very good, but it's just good enough in its own weird way to do good versus Peach annoyingly. It makes you respect it, but if you respect it, it should be okay. But he can hit you really hard. It's very easy to get like tagged by nair or grab. Because it will beat your upper specifically too. It'll trade at least too, and it will just juggle you. Once he uppers you, his upper destroys you, and that's why I think it's like pretty hard. Because sometimes when you're in the corner, playing like the gamble against his back air forward tilts and like other stuff like that is really tricky, and it just kills you really fast. It's kind of similar to Link, where it's just like a lot of range and a lot of power, and some decent options with dealing with stuff. Like he can even like read your attack option and like use up B as an armor option, which isn't like super common, but it's just something to think about. PT is like pretty even. It's weird. She boxes Squirtle. Honestly, like I think she boxes Squirtle. He still hits her hard, so that's annoying if you mess up. The thing is, you can't kill this character because they'll keep switching until they get heavier. And the thing I had to tell myself, I had to learn this matchup really hard, and it came from having a perfect advantage state. You have to have one, or you just lose. Like you actually lose, and that's why like it's very easy. This is why I'm accounting it for playing well. Because if you aren't playing like perfectly against this character, you will just die. Ivysaur destroys Peach in disadvantage. Like if you're in disadvantage, Ivysaur annihilates Peach. But Peach is very good against like Ivy. If you camp Ivy in neutral, it's really good. But Charizard is where it gets problematic because Charizard plays like death RPS with Peach. He's so much faster than you. His stuff isn't safe, but all of it will kill you, and all of it will like just annihilate you instantly. And then even if you try to pressure his shield, he has a super fast up smash out of shield like frame 6. So it gets really problematic because it's like you can't really hit a shield, but you can just like fake that you're gonna back air, don't back air, grab him. So it's just death RPS. He just runs up and someone's gonna die. But the problem is, it's not gonna be him because if he's wrong, you just hit him with like a back air. Like if he runs up and like tries and grabs me and I dodge it, I'm not gonna smash attack him with a smash attack that actually matters or do anything. I'm gonna back air him and he's gonna live that back air, and he's gonna live till 180. So that's the thing. But it's like if you get hit. Like if you get dash grabbed at 110, fourth throw, you're dead, or like anything like that. It's just ridiculous. Or like you back air wrong completely, you just get up smashed out of shield, you just die at like 100. Like it's just, I don't know. That's why you just have to take no percent from Squirtle. You can't take any percent from Squirtle. You can't get hit by Ivy. And you have to just play perfect, and you have to juggle Charizard. Once you hit Charizard, or PT, any of these characters, they have to stay on the ledge perfectly for the rest of the match, or you lose. That's it. And it's very possible to do, which is why I put it even. Like I wouldn't put it even if it wasn't something I did regularly, but like it's stupid that it has to be that way. Um, so yeah, you box Squirtle, you like outwall him, you camp the hell out of Ivy with turnips. Don't get grabbed. That's all you look for. Don't get landing area with Squirtle, and then you just hold a turnip and you try to RPS outcamp Charizard for your life, and that's all you do. And once you hit any of them, they get stay in disadvantage until they die, or you die. I don't even care what happens next. You get hit, Ivy's blowing you up, Squirrel's doing 10,000, water gunning you, then switching to Ivy, and then you blow up. And then you blow up, and then Charizard just hits you once and you'll just die. Like, that's it. That's it. I don't care about anything else. Like, that's just all that happens. Um. Diddy? Oh my god. Diddy's really hard. Diddy's like really hard. But it's like just annoying. Like the game plan is just really hard to do. It relies on me reacting and like catching bananas. And the positioning is so preemptive to be able to like contest Diddy stuff. But I think she has a very interesting way. If you have to practice it a lot to be able to like hold floats and not get tripped by bananas to pressure him like in a unique way. But I think it's pretty good. Once like a lot of the optimized speech stuff is learned too. There's a very common thing they do where they full hop. Tweak does this a lot. He full hops, he throws banana down, and he lands on you with Nair on the back of your shield or something like that. And that Nair is like safe, so you can't get back aired out of shield, but you can footstool him. And Yumeki would do it in a second, in a heartbeat, and he would murder Tweak. And that's why I'm like, well, it's not a hard footstool either. So I was like, okay, I just need to do it. And that would like solve that scenario completely. And the other thing is I hold float sometimes on banana tosses. Like I run up and just like hit his shield and I'll just hold the float. He'll banana me and I have no lag out of the air. And learning how to do things like that on purpose is like something that takes a lot of matchup practice. But I think the matchup is generally fine. I just think Diddy's a really good character. I also play this matchup a ton. Just a really annoying character. The way he like changed an ultimate, he's like kind of more agile than ever, honestly. And his recovery buff is crazy. He's just so insane. But this is such a like player matchup, honestly. I think the biggest thing to look out for is to make sure he has some sort of disadvantage and make sure you don't let him monkey flip everywhere. And not to be too stationary to get monkey flipped everywhere, but not also to be flying in the air and getting full out bananas. It's a really weird balance. You have to catch a banana, disengage, throw it away, and then do a bunch of like 3-step processes, but I mean, that's fine for me, so it's okay. I think the advantage state definitely favors Diddy, and the neutral is also slightly Diddy. But it's slight to the point where like I don't think it really matters. Because you can hit him pretty hard. It's just that it's easier for him to like get what he wants to do because he's just doing his natural little nonsense, and you're doing all these very like catered special things for him. That are like kind of high execution. Like sitting there and floating in the air and just telling Tweak to throw the banana at me and me trying to sit there and react and like falling Nair it perfectly, fade back Nair, and then disengage with that is like a very difficult strategy because if that banana taps me because I missed the A button just by like a few frames, it's over. It's just over, so. And he starts things off random stuff. When I hit him, he just takes damage. He like runs up and dash attacks me and starts like a 4-hit combo or something like that, so it's just very easy to spiral out of control. And then he has more cheese than you because it's just like his ledge traps with the Z-drop dares or Nair dares is like a lot more explosive than anything I can do to Diddy because it's not easy to item combo on Diddy at all. And I don't mean that like as a way like it's not easy to actually physically combo him. I mean it's hard to catch him in a combo. He's not vulnerable like very much, you know, like Sonic. It's hard to catch them in a way that like you will get a long combo on them. So that's the problem with that. It usually ends up being like 1 to 2 hits every single time I hit Diddy. It's just like 2 hit, 2 hit, 2 hit. I've never like 6-hit combo a Diddy. Like it's just not real. Lucas, it's really easy. I have Choco Taco from my region where I'm from. Originally, this matchup's really easy. It can be a little annoying sometimes when they mash a little too hard, but PK Fire is reactable. I would say just like look at the PK Fire, pull the turnip, throw it at him. You can just hover over his snake stuff and just don't get forward aired, and the character can't do anything. And quite literally, I was like, his up air rate is so slow. If I just stand on the platform, if you just platform camp the character, what is he gonna do? Break your shield with up air? Like, no. He has like no pressure when you're on the platform. So if you just like jump around, shield every now and then, and just run around, he sucks at that. Um, his only good thing about this character is his boxing. But if he leaves the ground like way too high, like full hops, his like air like game and like landing and stuff like that is terrible. Um, and he can also be edge guarded by like turnips, like just hit the tether or whatever. So I just don't think of this matchup very much. Banish State, Peach, neutral, Peach, everything you could ever ask for. Just get like when he starts doing that like down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, jab, jab, jab nonsense on your shield, like just wait or like leave or something. It's really not that bad, and just don't get grabbed by him, and that can all be solved by just leaving. Like all these characters, you just leave and just whip punish them whenever you want to. These characters, I honestly just think Lucas is bad. Oh, this matchup is bad. This matchup is bad. I honestly do want to move some of these later because I don't think these are the same. Like these are not in the same tier at all. I've been learning about this one more. I don't think this is good at all because Peach like she can't catch him. She's just too slow. Like fundamentally too slow. She has decent hitboxes sometimes for like trading things out, but like they're so high maintenance to like react and hit them. Even when I am playing good, you have to react to spin dash releasing and hit them on a quick time event. And with this much input delay in the game, it's so impossible. And he has just so much like mix. He can edge guard you so hard. This character has like practically no disadvantage. Like I can't believe this character can just down air, fly off the stage, uppy whenever he wants to, like, and then air dodge again, and then I don't know. It's just neutral, 100% Sonic favor. Advantage state, 100% Sonic favor. This is also a character you will never catch with like a long combo extender. You will never like four hit this combo this character unless it's like super rare. You cannot like do extended combo this character. He has frame two air dodge. He has good stats for getting out all of like the extended combos Peach has. It's just not even great. And then his natural game plan is just like so difficult to deal with for like you in the first place, and they can also rush you down to make it even harder. Like an aggressive Sonic actually makes this way harder than like a defensive one somehow. um he's a great forwarder out of shield for like answering Peach's pressure too, and he just curls up into a ball the entire time. It makes it really annoying. Like even reading his full hop disengages, I was noticing it when I was playing Ken. When he full hop and disengage, he curls up into a tiny ball, and it's really hard to hit him. Like even just him jumping backwards is just so hard to hit because of his animations entirely. And obviously this character's amazing with punishing you. And when I played Sonic, he just stayed in mid range. He wouldn't even let me get a turnip to like even try and like lead in on him. And I've been studying some Sonic movement patterns to like see how they get chased. And the thing about Peach is if you're in the air and she hits you, she doesn't combo start you. Like I can't full hop back air you or up air you and combo start. And that's where you catch Sonic the most. So characters that like can start combos off of practically nothing are the characters that do the best against this character, which is why I think like even weird characters like Sora and like Mithra and like Palu and like Rob, when they tag you with like random like nairs or weird little hits, those characters can start building some stuff up. Even Corrin, right? But like Peach doesn't get those combos mid-air like that to the point where like if I tag them in the air, it doesn't really mean anything. So that's why I think this is actually really bad. Like really bad. Just simply put, the execution you have to do to even like hitbox his spin dash is not even fair. Like there's no way I'm sitting there reacting like at the mercy of his like release on the like spin dash for me to like hit my button. It's just too much. Can't pull turnips, can't. No, it's just no. I don't care. I also changed my mind. I moved that too. This tier. This is bad. It's just bad. There's no hope. There is hope. There's definitely hope. This is bad, but it's not like unplayable. It's just really bad. Everything is not in your favor at all. That's honestly what I would put. Who's next? DDD. I actually played this matchup a lot more for some reason. I guess I know Whiteout now, so I get to like experience this character a little more. This is really easy. It's actually really easy. I don't know why I was in the beginning of the game. It's like hard if you don't know what you're doing. It's actually really hard. This and DK are just really hard if you don't know what you're doing. And then like after playing with the character enough, I was just like, oh, okay, your character's bad. Like really bad. It's just tricky because he like has so many jumps. The down air, I mean the back air can outspace you sometimes. Learning how to deal with his nair and some other stuff like that. But once you learn like his forward tilt even is like not safe, and he's mashing these like they always mash like the stupid stuff into like up tilt because it's fast. And you just wait for that, and then you can just like turn up train him. I know how to edge guard him now with like his 2 frame or whatever else. It's just really easy. He gets comboed so hard too. Um, and just learning how to avoid his like basic stuff. Um, a lot of times I'll do like explosive random stuff like run up and up smash or whatever. But just learning like how to deal with certain things, like knowing like, oh, I can just double swing here, nothing like truly bad can happen to me here, because like the startup of up smash and all this other stuff like that, and not learning how to not get Gordo cheesed is just like so important. Like once you just learn all those things, they can't really win. So I don't know. And just learning how to perfectly hit the Gordo every time in a way that like actually just destroys them. Neutral, Peach, advantage, Peach, free. Honestly, free. Olimar. This is really annoying, actually. I think it's good, but it's actually so annoying. The purples actually like anti-air you really well. You have to kill them. I think Peach definitely does well in neutral, but the advantage state, I would honestly say Olimar does really, really good. Like really good. Also, Fury Metal, thank you for the Prime sub. The Olimar advantage state actually does so good. Like it's just too much. Like once they start like flow stating you, especially because like you're gonna use float right in mid range. If you get hit by a purple like being thrown, which is totally realistic, um, you lose your float and then they chase you down and then you have your like crappy double jump and they just run at you and then they just start throwing more like aerials out and like they're swords. So if you get hit there, the ledge trapping is like actually annoying because you're sitting there and you're hoping you don't die, and that's like quite literally the biggest place I hope I don't die: ledge and like the corner. Also they can down air through the ledge. Like they can down air and beat your parasol out. Like when you're like upping, it'll just kill you. So that's also really annoying, which is why I mean it when I say getting smacked out of flow and getting hit away is really annoying. And they can also respond to pressure with smash attacks. I'm sure you've all seen too many Olimar up smashes out of shield, so you know what that looks like. And you take quite literally a billion, and nothing special about Peach is going to do anything about that. Especially because yellow is so big that it will hit you from behind and you'll get comboed anyways. So I think Olimar hits you way harder because they have like the character is so small and he has like whistle escape options that Peach doesn't combo this character very hard at all. The most advantage you're gonna get is from juggling, but even edge guarding him is not easy because he can just fly to the other side of the stage faster than you can run if he throws all his Pikmin away. So there's that. But overall, still a good matchup for Peach. She out hitboxes most of his things. You can stay out of the range of his throwing stuff, and she murders Pikmin. It's really funny. The funny part about like this matchup is you just mash. You just destroy things. You just like actually start hitting as many buttons as you possibly can. Like Pikmin are dying as fast as possible. I think Olimar would truly lose this matchup if they made Olimar have a slightly like have a brain for a second, and like made Pikmin take longer to pull. Like I don't know why they were like, oh, Inkling and Pikmin, you lose your resources and you just pull them back in like a frame of a second, so fast actually that you can pull it and then smash tag or grab like a mix up. That's how fast it is. Definitely shouldn't have to pull for your resources and have a little bit. Like that's why Steve mines at the speed of sound, even with a wooden pickaxe. Definitely shouldn't have any resource management in this game, but like that's the only way Almar would actually just get shit on. It's just like, wow, if he actually had to pull Pikmin and it took a certain amount of time instead of like him respawning and going, and it's just like, oh, all three are back. That's cool. So every time I kill one, it's just boom, boom, boom. It's just like popping at the speed of sound. I'm like, great. And it's so bad. It feels so bad in a sense where like I'm killing them so fast that he gets more purples because the purples take like time to kill, and the other ones I'm murdering at the speed of sound, so that purples just like appear, and I'm like, wow, I have to run away and kill them because you have to run away, wait till they hit the ground, and then forward air them. It's just so annoying. And I think the only other thing I would say is look out for Almar's grab. Tether grabs are actually really problematic for Peach, and that one is like super annoying on this character, especially because it gets longer. And the way you want to play against this character in the first place, like that super long delayed grab is so annoying to deal with, and things go terrible if you get grabbed by it. So I would just not even be around that most of the time. Lucario is weird. I actually don't like this matchup. He's just not the best with her kill percents. So it gets really hairy really fast. But you kind of just out neutral him so hard that he shouldn't really even be able to hit you even after he builds like a bunch of aura. But you have to like know what you're doing, and I think with the like more deadly combos, this has gotten a lot better in general. But it's still very dicey. I would say it's good on most days, but you can blow up, and that's just how Lucario works. So don't be surprised if I lose this eventually. I will just blow up. Obviously, just don't get back or don't get side beat and don't get hit. He's kind of slow. That's the only thing for him. Biggest things to watch out for: don't get Aura Sphere on shield. Don't get hit by any of that nonsense, which is kind of just comes from like outspacing him in general. And Peach kind of can't kill sometimes, which is the problem in this matchup. But I'd still give her an advantage state, like up, because she just juggles him really hard. Up air juggles him really hard, and he's not great at responding to things like forward and stuff like that. He doesn't have the best options for like punishing stuff out of shield. Like you can harass him with like back airs and stuff. He's not the best at it. I think the biggest thing that anyone's ever done to me is like, okay, try and walk back, like forward smash, her box shift, and like kill you with it or something. But it's like, okay, I guess, whatever. Not too much to talk about in that matchup. It's just kind of a keep away matchup, and try to close your stocks fast with like some turnip combos or something else like that. And then the thing is too, if I kill him, I will time him out. I actually don't care. Like if I'm at a major and I have 2 stocks on him and I'm up 3 stocks, I will quite literally just like stand on the platform and let him kill me in like 2 minutes of just banging me up at 0%. Like I don't care. I will not hit him. I will grab release him until the game ends. Like don't pick Lucario. I'm not hitting you. I'm gonna give you percent. Like I will time you out. Like don't play with me. Rob is like, I think this is not good. I've played too much Anathema. Like I think when you play like a basic Rob, even it's still hard. There's just too many things about this matchup. Like Rob has like the neutral advantage for sure. Like he just shoots stuff at you, and you have to deal with it. He's nairing. It's also hard to deal with. You can't be in the air too much. You have to make sure you stay grounded. You have to also just be parrying all the time, to make sure you don't get mashed on with down tilt. She doesn't have the answer for down tilts on shield. Some characters with like up Bs can challenge him, like force him to not down tilt in between because they have an up out of shield. I've played too much Anathema. The risk reward is so fucked. The fact that like Anathema will just do his Z drop thing sometimes, or just nair, and if you get tapped by anything, you actually just die. Like you just die. Like Anathema will kill you all the time from any hit. That just goes for Rob, I think. Like he will just. You've all seen Anathema play, right? Like you just get hit by anything, he will kill you off anything. A gyro toss, a Z drop, a nair, like a dash tag. Like there's just so many things you can die from. Like you want to find out. And I've quite literally died at any percent you can imagine. Anathema has killed me at. That's just how it works. And even like basic Robs, Rosama doesn't even do that. Like I'll kill you stuff, and like zero to death manner. It's just like he'll kill you off of like normal advantage state stuff. Rob can still kill you off advantage state stuff. To be fair, I think Rob is like top 3. I think this character's insane at like winning. And I'm very good against this character too, which is the disturbing part. I just think this character is insane. So I think he wins like neutral. He just gets to shoot stuff, run around. And then the other thing is Peach's excel. I'm not great at mashing, but even when I do mash out, my mash is good enough to get out as Palu and Bayo. Your character, like how like fast they accelerate into the air, depends how fast you like fly out of a berry. Since my character has bad air acceleration, as I air dodge out, I still have to hit neutral air dodge to get out of it, and my air dodge is so floaty that I just get frame trapped. So it's like it's just not a good situation after you get down thrown, unless you have like insane mash. I've seen some Peaches with insane mash, but if you normal mash out, like I'm a normal person, it's not enough. It's just not enough. And also he's super heavy, can't kill him. Death combos are like okay, good on him for sure. Definitely really good on him, but it's not the easiest to hit. You can't really just like turn battle shield him, but like when he's naring and doing all this safe stuff, it's kind of weird to like get him hit when he like out neutrals you so hard. Like doing a big laser, it's just a down tilt thing. Like it's really hard to find a good hit. He has great forward air for just like swatting you out of the air. And his roll is also amazing, so he just gets out of your pressure a ton. Like this character just wins by disengaging. Steven literally just jumps around like and plays like he's Samus and runs around and shoots stuff and nairs perfectly and just runs away. And he makes the R&R so bad. It's just not even like possible. And the advantage state is hard because you actually get edge guarded. Like there's not many characters that can hit you out off stage, shoot a laser into the top blast zone, force you to like jump or air dodge or something, or burn a resource like float, and then shoot like double jump, shoot gyro at you, charge, and make it fly past you, and then you have to burn another resource, and then down air check you with like 8 frames of death of sweet spot of the down air like lingering there, or run off and fair like 18 times and then like fly. It's just a lot. Like there's just a lot this character does, and he also flies, so it's not easy to edge guard him as Peach either. Like he's a superhero. He's actually like I thought about it more and more. And Anathema, when Anathema was playing Multiverses, he played Superman. I was like, wait, you play Superman in both games? Like, what? Robin is just a superhero. He just be doing everything, like literally everything. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's just incredible. I just don't know. Robin is incredible, so incredible. Um, I think the biggest thing is don't get hit by any projectiles because you can't afford any free percent, and then don't get hit by any nairs. Don't get hit by anything, honestly. That's all I have to say to you. Like you can't get hit by anything or you'll just die. And that's it. And there are some death combos you can learn on Rob to kill him earlier to make it even, but that's just to make it. That's just to even the playing ground. It won't even really save you. So that's what I have to say about that. Rob is a superhero. Dun, 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 dun. Link. I think this is pretty easy. It's still tricky, just like in Smash 4. But he's just like slightly worse, and Peach is just better. You should be able to pin him down eventually. Just don't get shot by stuff. It's not too hard because the projectiles are way slower than Young Link. So if you're even good at playing versus Young Link as Peach, the way you have to play it, it should be really easy to play versus Toon Link. His stuff is just quick and a little bit hard to react to, but they're all punishable and stuff. So you should just hit him really hard. This I feel like this is the same thing like I talked about when I'm talking about Meta Knight, where it's just like it feels like a very similar character from 4, and I played it a lot in 4, but easier. It's just easier because my character's just better. And it gets comboed. He's that floaty where he gets comboed by like the good turnip combos. So I think it's pretty easy. He can't even. He's fast though. He's low key fast, but it's not fast enough to like super hard rush you down in a way that's like not gonna let you get turnip and like anti like item him when he's pulling his items and stuff. Like you can just like play keep away from him and not get super boxy with him. So I think this is pretty easy, honestly. Just don't get random forward smash. His smash attacks are surprisingly weird animated and fast. Um, in terms of like where he is. Like I was like, I saw him do this. I was like, what is that? Like that little pullback animation, and it was a forward smash. I was like, oh lord, that's not what it looked like in Smash Four. But okay. But yeah, definitely a Vanish State for Peach too. Like it's just pretty simple. He mostly just two hits you. I feel like this character just two hits you, maybe three sometimes. But that should be it. It's a pretty simple matchup, honestly. Just patient play. Wolf. I think Peach beats Wolf. The way he drifts in, like it's just too easy to like microspace him. He has to run in and try to hit you. His stuff isn't even that safe. So most of the time that's neutral. Like it can be pretty even. But like Peach just hits so much harder. The only thing that keeps Wolf in this matchup, I think, at all to me, is the fact he can down throw flash you. Peach is like one of like 5 characters that get down throw flashed. It's like Peach, Daisy, Jigglypuff, Kirby, and Sora. The only characters that down throw flash is just true on for like a good percent. That is quite literally the only thing that makes me like hesitant to be like, okay, this is even. But otherwise, I would quite literally just put this in like a winning matchup. Like the way he has to like play around you, it's too hard for him to outplay you. Like you can just hold a turnip. He gets turnip trained. It's too easy to outspace his like moves, back him out of shield. You can just block the moves. His stuff isn't even like that safe on block. And then he just eats shit. I don't know. But the thing is, when I'm playing really good, which is what this chart is for, I don't get down to flash like that. And even if I do, I consider it like a Little Mac stock. When I play against Little Mac or Game & Watch and Wolf, I guess, I consider that I have to two stock them. And same for Terry. Because I assume one stock will be cheesed at 40% by their mechanic. And I will just die. So I play to two stock them. So like I only need two stocks versus a Wolf, really. Yeah. Yeah. He's just too like his whole thing is like, oh, I'm like slippery and I'll drift and stuff like that, but it's not like good in a way that like deceives me and like hits me as Peach or anything like that. So um, just don't get jumping aerialed by Wolf and grabbed at low percent. Just watch out for the down throw flash. That's literally it. Because like you can turnip edge guard them, you can toad edge guard them, you can downer them, you can also forward smash them, and your juggling just works really well against them too. And he can't even like juggle Peach that hard either. His corner pressure isn't that good versus you. Like he can't respond to your pressure that well either. There's just so many things that make this like relatively easy. Even if he does have good air to airs and options sometimes, it's not too hard. I don't find it that difficult. And his tech chase scenarios don't really work on Peach that well because she's so floaty. But you can get Sour Nair flashed at like higher percents. So that's a little annoying, but it's whatever. My next character is Villager. Really? Villager's the first Smash 4 character? Um, where's this character? Oh, I honestly, I played Javi on Earth like later after just like getting better at like learning aggression. It was like my aggression training arc. And I just suffocated Villager. I was like, wait, you can't do anything. Like the character can't do too much. So if I combine my ability to hit the projectiles like Young Link, I learned this like mind-boggling thing. I used to shield Lloyd, mind you. Crazy concept. But I just started nairing it. Once it starts moving after its initial loading position, the problem is once it spawns, if you hit it, it blows up and it magnifies your like knockback and it just blows you up at like 90 and you'll just die. Like I would fair it. It's like frame 1. And if you try to do some weird fair on them and they side B at a disadvantage or whatever it is, when you try to fair, you'll die. Like you'll just die. But if you hit it once it starts moving, it actually just negates it and you go through it. So I learned to do that, and it helps a lot because I used to get like Lloyded and then be playing like run up grab simulator or whatever it is. But now I can just hit through it and keep moving. So I was like, oh wait, this is not oppressive at all. And then once I hit them towards the ledge, which they corner themselves by like slingshotting until they get to the ledge, you just destroy them, and I just mash on them. They cannot handle the pressure. That frame 3 in air is not big enough if you just space your aerials. Um, and yeah, all they can do is try and down smash you and cheese you. And the bowling ball is not even as oppressive like as it was in Smash 4. You can just like out time it or like ping it sometimes with like your like Parasol pings it sometimes. It just beats it. It's really odd. I don't think it happened in Smash 4 like that. I swear I lost to it every time because I used to play Javi at my local every single week. So I played against that character a lot. And it's just so much easier in this game. But yeah, don't get slingshotted out of the air. The character actually will chain you out of the air really hard. So that is really annoying. But otherwise, I think this is a pretty good and easy matchup. I would say neutral's probably advantage for Villager, but like advantage state is just too good for Peach. Like you just destroy the character. Mega Man. So I've played this matchup so many times. I had Morpheus in my region, so I'm so good at this matchup. So good at this matchup. And I've played like all the other Mega Mans. I don't think I've ever like I want to play Peep again because it's been so long, but I always win this matchup pretty much. Like every time I fought Peep, I do so good. I even fought Kameme and like it was fine. I just messed up. But I should have won that one game. He played me as a Sora set, and he played like he only played one game of Mega Man. And like I barely lost, but like it doesn't even matter to me. Like I just got like killed really early for some reason. I think this matchup is like very good if you know what you're doing. It's annoying sometimes, but I've learned to deal with every variation of triple pellet, double pellet, single pellet, jump away, and I know how to punish all of them. His disadvantage is like the problem. I've even dealt with rush camping from Peebnut and all this other nonsense. Like I've seen every Mega Man trick there is, and I just think Peach hits him too hard. Really good combo weight gets what's it called? He gets like blendered, and his like pellet punishment isn't strong enough for Peach. Like every time I feel like I fail an approach, like I'll just try and like sometimes I'll brute force my way through the pellets and I'll like hit through it. I take like a couple percent from like the pellets, and that's it. It's just like pew pew pew, and then you get hit away, and you just reset. And I look like I don't know. I took like 5% for failing my like brute force attempt, and then you can just do that over and over. Especially if you know how to brute force your way in, so you fail like very like little times, you'll just make it through. It's not that hard. And Peach up air destroys Mega Man down air, so he can't land with anything. And he has a slow neutral get up, like animation wise, so he gets ledge trapped forever too. And he has a hard time like grabbing the ledge versus Peach in the first place because all the like things I can do down at the ledge, turn up, and all that other nonsense. And that trick he does where he leaf shields off the ledge, you can backer just beats that completely too. So it's really really easy for Peach to just like advantage state him to death. Played it way too many times. Very patient, but should be honestly really easy. Just don't let them grab you. A big thing that happens is they're gonna do like pellet grab or something like that. Okay, this one. I think this is even. It's really hard. It's really hard. Like this character, it's like Samus, but if Samus had a buff. Like imagine if the character could like charge a charge shot and then actually just be like, oh well, you're not doing that either, and I can't outcamp them because then they get deep breathing and then they actually just run you down. And it hurts so much. I can't tell you how many times I've died to a background shield at like 70. I'm like, what is happening to me? Like across the entire. I'm just like, what is that? The problem is, I hit the character, and then she goes into disadvantage. And I've seen the other characters go deep and hit her. I can't go that far. My character is not that fast. So after I knock her back, she just deep breathes, and then she comes back. And the only chance you have to win is to perfect ledge trap the character, and it's really difficult because her things like her downer have no FAF, which means she just jumps into the air, downers, no lag, downer, back air, like she's just swinging twice, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and like between that having no FAF with her aerials, so she can swing a bunch of aerials, and her being able to her roll from ledge is very good. It's like a very long one that looks really weird. It's so misleading because her this matters a lot as Peach. It's just like her roll from ledge is super long, but her roll from in shield is very short. So it's like super misleading. It's kind of like DDD. DDD's tech roll is the longest thing I've ever seen, and it's just like kind of applies here for like Wii Fit roll from ledge. I'm just like, what is that? And then like it just everything goes downhill really fast. Like Wii Fit can wall you out. Wii Fit can murder you with very basic things that don't make sense. Like when I'm in the corner versus the character, when she deep breathes, she can just soccer ball, drop the soccer ball, get extra hit lag, and just forward tilt or do something insane and just kill you immediately. It's very tricky to not die versus a character. You can pressure her well, but the character is so skinny. Downer doesn't work on the character very well because she's so thin. Oddly enough, even if you space it, if they just jiggle their stick a little bit, they'll just fall out of down air. Um, and the crouch is also very good versus Peach. Um, it forces you to do a lot of weird things like stay on the ground and like do like back airs and stuff like that. And then deep breathing and like just normal dash tech in general. Deep breathing, dash tech, and normal dash tech is just really good against Peach. And if you get displaced by the character, she's really good at doing all that stuff. And then you don't get big combos on her, especially if they plank really early. They just go towards off stage and they're just like, I'm gonna commit to like throwing ball, this, whatever like that. And they only play to like be off stage for the first like 40%. You'll never get like a nair down to blah blah blah, blah big combo on them because they just air camp you the entire time. Um, so yeah, I would say neutral like honestly favors Wii Fit, and the advantage like it favors Peach. You can definitely trap them very well, but it's very easy to lose, and I'm not even very good at it. Like I can perfect advantage state like PT and all these other characters like that. I have to do it to Wii Fit, and that's the only thing I've ever found that works. But it's hard. It's really hard for some reason. And that's just how I feel. And you can die for very simple things that just don't make sense to me. Um, yeah, and edge guarding her is like okay, but it's not like exactly simple. But you can definitely harass her up B with like downer off ledge or like turnip or something like that. But it's not the easiest thing to do at all, and especially when they're like Varun and they know how to like hit angles. I've gotten harassed the same way like Rob does like a laser really high. Varun will like drop a soccer ball and then like hit it with a move like really high up and force an option. It's really tricky to deal with. Um, I would say definitely just don't get like the biggest thing is don't get deep breathing cheesed. That's the only thing you can do to win the matchup. That's just it. It's really hard. Um, oh my god. This matchup is so annoying. Playing Dabuz is so annoying. It's so annoying. You have to learn so much about this matchup, and it's actually so hard. Rosa can actually like control the pace completely. It's so weird that Peach always struggled with these like weird Smash 4 characters, even like on the game drop before they like got buffed. Like she gets walled out so well by Rosalina. It's actually so difficult the way like Dabuz does his like puppeteering. And then the advantage state is really difficult. Like Rosa's ledge trapping is so oppressive versus Peach, and her the way she like outspeeds Peach and just disengages with a jump. You'll notice even when I do kill Luma, Dabuz just like jumps away super slowly. It's so much stall time, and like Peach isn't good at rushing Rosa down because like a lot of times when I try to run at him to like stop him, he can just attack me. He can run back. He can whiff punish what I do. It's just he has the like large speed advantage. Like I don't know why Rosa is that damn fast, but she is, and it's really difficult to deal with. And then like the Luma neutral, I think Rosa wins for sure. Um, and then again, this is another matchup where like just like Ices, where I said like you don't get to combo them because of the two people. You can't combo Rosa. Luma will interrupt everything, like quite literally everything. And Peach isn't the best character at having like brute force things. I've watched like Mithra. She just runs into like Luma and just dash attacks or like nairs, and like Luma's just dead immediately. I'm like, wow, that was really easy. Um, compared to like people like, oh, use side B, but like it doesn't work all the time. It loses to every hitbox. So Luma just jabbing will beat your side B completely. The buzz will turn around so you don't hit him through the shield and stuff like that. It's just it's really hard. I think Rose definitely wins neutral. Rose definitely wins advantage in this thing because you can't even combo her. She's so weird. And then I would say like, oh, the big turnip combos would work on Rosalina's weight because they would, but you have to catch her solo. So it's like, okay, kill Luma and then catch her solo while she's like purposely trying to stall and not even trying to fight you. You can't catch her. She's just gonna hold like all he does is like fly around, down B 10 times off stage, and then up B and then like stall the ledge and then get up later. And it's just like, okay, Luma's gonna respawn by then, so you're not gonna get the combo. Um, and definitely just learn to like don't get like what's it called? Like back aired. What's the like attack called? Lunar landing or something like that? Like when they back air and like Luma back airs and Rose is not doing anything. Like there's a bunch of attacks like that. Don't get lunar landed on. Just make sure you move out of the way. I jump when that happens a lot of times. Don't get walled up by star bits. You have to be very patient. You can't take all this nonsense percent, and you have to be very careful. Like it's a very patient game. You actually have to play against Rosalina like you're playing a 2v1, which is so annoying. And like eliminate the partner first before you do anything. And I don't even try to hit Rosalina a lot of times. I'm just sitting there like hit Luma, and a lot of my hits don't even tumble Luma. I have to sit there and like hit Luma for like 4 different neutral wins by herself before I start playing the game. And that's like every single time a Luma spawns, which is like ridiculous. So that's how it is. Until Rosalie's in disadvantage and Luma spawns in disadvantage, and then you have to like use something like an up air to tumble Luma fast and then like kill it while it's in disadvantage to get an early kill on it after it respawns to try and reset the advantage state. That's the only thing you can do. It's so difficult. Honestly, such an annoying matchup. Little Mac is actually easy. It's not like the easiest thing in the world. Can be tricky sometimes. KO Punch is always online. Like it exists as a win condition, but relatively easily punishes stuff out of shield. I'd say Peach wins neutral, Peach wins the advantage state. Pretty simple all around. Just like run around. Avoid smash attacks, block certain things, turn up out of shield, back out of shield. Really easy. Basic edge guarding. Super simple. Greninja, this character can't like pressure you really well. He's always trying to dash attack you and whiff punish. If you just like do this weird little thing like you do versus Falcon where you jump around, even though he's super fast, he's not good at bursting you while you're in the air. So you can pressure him and he has no response to pressure. It's really easy to switch lanes on him. So like, which I mean by like going high lane, mid lane, low lane on like my float heights and stuff like that. It's just really simple, like really, really simple. And his biggest thing for down tilt, it's hard to down tilt Peach. I'm in the air, so there's that. And his like thing, if you play really calm, his forward air, super slow, not really easy to hit you with. And yeah, when you combo him, he gets comboed really hard. So and the thing is, his best thing is dash attack. If I just face forward, he either dash attacks and I shield grab him, or he dash attacks, crosses up, and I back her out of shield, and then he eats a ton of percent. So it's not hard to just be the passive one and still win on the risk reward here. Yeah, I'd say things favor me, but when you do get hit, Greninja's combos do blender you really hard. I just think it's pretty hard to get hit, so I'd give advantage state to him, even if the like R&R is in my favor. For like just most interactions. R&R being risk reward for anyone who doesn't know. And then the only thing to look out for, it's kind of like you can play it like you're playing against Meta Knight, dash attack, and dash grab bot plus featuring a few aerials every now and then, and that's it. It's really whatever. And the thing is too, your up air will just beat his nair and his falling aerials and stuff like that too. So pretty easy advantage state. Just the only tricky thing is back air, but you can whiff punish that if you know how to play around like stuff like Falco Fair and stuff. Just like move back, dash attack it, a little bit of micro spacing. Light on your feet should be pretty easy, simple. Palu, super easy. I think Palu is so bad. I honestly think Palu is like so easy. She's honestly like down here. Palu can't like do anything like at all. The only way Palu ever hits me is if she messes up. Like Peach like actually destroys this character. She like gets shield poked super easily by Peach pressure. She can't respond to pressure. She has to make hard calls to hit you. The only thing she can do is dash check you, and if she dash checks wrong and you block it, she gets tip or up smashed. It's probably also because I play Palu, so I understand the character perfectly. But like her advantage state doesn't work versus Peach because like everything on this character is so stiff. Palu is just way too stiff to fight Peach. And then like if they dash attack you wrong, they get tip or up smashed and die 80. She gets destroyed by combos. She's super easy to combo. She gets destroyed by turnip train and the ladder combos off the side. And all her stuff gets turniped. Like if she forward airs and like after the nerf and stuff like that, like if she does a not semi bad forward air or you parry the forward air at all and her pressure is super easy. Because if she tries to fake a forward air, you go for the parry. You miss the parry because she fakes it out. What is she gonna do? Dash attack me, and then that's it. Like she dash attacks me, and her advantage state doesn't work against me because of float. and then I land, and that's it. I take 20%. I mean 12%. Like I literally just get dash tech till I die. Like okay, I got dash tech like 20 times the stock. Congratulations. And they're hard call outs. If she's wrong once, I literally hard nair down till like do 80% to her. I edgeguard her super hard. She can't edgeguard me. The only hope she has is perfect ledge trapping. That's the only hope Palo ever has. And I have a bunch of weird options off ledge that make it hard for her to ledge trap me. The only time I've ever gotten hit by a Palo is if I mess up a move and they nair me out of shield, but it's not a true punish. I probably just messed up like a peach button, and that's the only way I've ever gotten hit. You can just mash on Palo too. She has no response to pressure. I've just mashed any button I want to in Palo. It's really bad. I honestly think this matchup was like terrible. I would just destroy any Palo I play. It's so easy. Yeah, no. No, she's not it. She's just not it. I don't know what to say. And you can be mad too. You can be like, oh, Palo's top 5. Then no, she fucking ass. So ass. Oh my god, Cheese Man is here. This is like... Not the music reset on that note. It's like... slightly bad. It's like... It's really bad. But it's like... sort of playable. I've been like trying really hard in it. You have to be super patient and super disciplined. But I think it's fine. It's just like... I have to get more deadly if I'm gonna play it. He's a good weight for the combos. So when T does like rising fair all the time off of ledge, I need to like forward toss, down toss, forward toss, and like kill him at like 40 or something like that. He's a really good percent for the combos, and I've gotten the hits for it. I just hadn't mastered the combos. It'd be really funny because if I had like a tag button, I could like hit him and then like be like tag, and then I could like put Yasuji in it and he would just like win me the game like immediately. But you know, that's why I'm training my combos. So that can be fine. I played super duper patient. I think this neutral is like super patient. You kind of just pull the turnip and like use your turnip to stop his like projectiles from coming at you. And when he runs at you and tries to mash on you, you you just fade back. And you can play him like he's a boxer, but then you just have to back up from him. And then when we play the hydrant, I started playing the hydrant really different. Like we actually like super managed that hydrant HP. It's like a big mini game. I'll use the hydrant to pull my own turnip. It's gonna push me back at that point, and I can move up and I can try and hit it. You have to be very, very patient with the advantage state, but you can kind of let trap him if you're really good. But the problem is once you do get hit, like it's so bad. You get nair fared, fared, dash tagged, and it's just the bell. The bell is what makes the R&R so bad. So bad. Like because it's just like Wii Fit, you hit him out there and then he pulls the bell while he's like in the blast zone where you can't reach him, and then he throws the bell, he catches it where you still can't reach him, or he throws it against the stage and grabs it really quick, and then you are ready to die at like 70, and it's just like, oh god. And then we just stop the game, we play this weird game where we're just standing there and it's like, okay, how are you doing? Do you want to throw the bell now? It's like, I don't really feel like it. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll wait for you, and I'll just sit there at the table. My food's done, and I'm just sitting there waiting for him to throw the bell. I don't know what to do. And we just stand there forever, and then my shield breaks, and then we lose. But then, like, I was taught, like, if he throws the bell, I grab the bell, and I just run away for the entire game, and the game should end. Unless he, like, runs up and hits me, the game should just quite literally end on a timeout if he doesn't come and stop me. Because he can only pull one fruit. So, like, I really want to play T again after working on my combos and my advantage state. I think I can do it because I actually want to do this in a future YouTube video. I'm gonna watch my sets from France, and I fought T there. I lost, but it was the best I've ever done versus T, and I did really like good. It was like so close, honestly. And that was my first time trying that strategy. So I think with like some refinement, I think this could be like a slight bad matchup, honestly. So I'm definitely gonna do that, and I'll talk about that in my other video. But look forward to that. I'll Twitch stream it though when I watch my video. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in slight. I just think one thing to look out for is don't let him bell you, obviously, and just don't get grabbed. T, the biggest way he was hitting me is just like grabbing me in really weird ways because you don't think they'll grab. And just like I said, the tether grabs are kind of annoying for Peach. This is like the best grab in the game, by the way. Pac-Man's grab, best grab in the game. Beat spot dodge, don't know what to say. Like he would block an aerial and drop and turn around and grab. And that's like so weird for Pac-Man grab. Like what? Or he was just shield grabbing anyways. Like, or he would just stand up from neutral grab and grab because Pac-Man, right? What can you do? Um, yeah. And then the other thing is learn how to punish his neutral get up because it's faster than everyone else's get ups for some reason. Um, but yeah, it's a very difficult and weird matchup that you have to play a lot. But I think it's okay, surprisingly. I don't know why I'm being so positive on these like really disturbing matchups. Like honestly, truly disturbing matchups. But I'm feeling pretty good, guys. I'm feeling pretty good. Robin, oh my god, me and Jewel. Do y'all remember Jewel the Robin? We used to have the hottest games. The hottest games. And like no Robin has ever pushed me like that. When I fight other Robins, I think it's so free. But dude, Jewel made that matchup feel even. We had the hottest games. I think nowadays, with my like advantage state being so much better, I'd probably say this is good. Cause like again, no Robin can ever push me like that now that he's gone. But like, I've changed a lot. Cause again, I was playing that matchup like the last time I played like a really good Robin was like back in when Jewel was still playing, like before quarantine. And with all the changes I've made to my playstyle since then, I honestly just think this is like good now. But I would have put it in even before, just because like Robin has big anti-airs. The neutral's like very like you have to be grounded and patient, but Turnip just like beats her, and she can't rush you down from pulling Turnip. Um, Especially now that I know how to hit projectiles too, you could beat most of like Robin's projectiles out, except for the last two Thunder charges. You can just hit them, so you can just swat them with your aerials. And Robin can't really handle pressure either. All she does is roll, and I wasn't great at covering rolling back then, so that's probably why. But it probably feels the same as Villager, where like now that my pressure is so much better, she would just get suffocated. And I've always been good at edge guarding her too. I had Dath in my region from Smash 4, and he played Ultimate 2 for a little bit. So like I'm really good at that matchup. So I just think it's pretty easy. You just like read them air to airing you. It's the only thing they can even try to do, and you just shield it and you back air them out of shield, and then you just suppress them. It's kind of hard to get caught. Like the thing I would have to get hit by is some tricky movement into like a back air. But if you're careful, it's really easy not to get caught. Whenever I was losing to a Robin, I would just really focus on the screen and I would just stop getting hit. And mostly just getting reversal at disadvantage. So that's it. So it's like if you really want to win, just hit them and then back up. Don't like force the advantage because like they have good forced advantage. I mean disadvantage landing things on Peach. Okay, this matchup. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was playing this. I was grinding this. I still think it's slightly bad. It's just not fair. And the thing is too, the Shulks don't even play it like I think you should. I don't even think the Shulks play it like I think they should. Like, I think you should literally only play the game with me once you have like what's it called? Like shield on. Like I quite literally think a Shulk player should just play and then use Buster, swing. If they lose, turn Buster off. If you get hit and start getting comboed, shield mode, get out, reset, and then stand there. And then go speed mode and defend yourself with like twirling Nair for the rest of your life. That's like super safe and unbeatable. If they because dude, all the Shulks speed mode Monado Nair and they run at you and Nair. What if they fade back and Nair at the same time? What are you gonna do? Approach that? As they're like nairing backwards at the speed of sound? You can't do anything to that. And then they just nair, right? And then you push them into the corner, and it's like, oh, it's time to pressure them in the corner, right? Because they're out of stage control. And then they turn jump mode on, and they jump from the other side of the stage for the rest of the 6 seconds, and then shield mode's back on. Congratulations. And then you can play the game again. Like, what? Why doesn't anyone do that? What is wrong with y'all? I shouldn't even be saying this knowledge into like the open. I'm just giving y'all ideas for free. Like, keep listening to me. I implore you. Like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with y'all? Does it really take a mastermind to think of that? And then, what's it called? So he cheats out of all your combos. He has the range advantage. The thing you're supposed to do is like stuff his startup, but like again, that's the same thing I was talking about with like Game & Watch, where like stuffing the startup is really hard because Peach is like not very fast. So if he like usually you're like at a mid range, and if he starts it up from over here, you can't like close this distance fast enough to stop the move before it like does that spinning motion towards you. So like you just can't really get in the way in time. And he can actually edge guard you. I can't tell you how many times I've got up when they had Smash Monado on like the ledge, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna die 80 to a forward air from ledge that can hit you through the ledge, by the way. and then they forward throw me because I'm shielding, obviously, because I don't want to die to anything else. And then I get forward throw, and I'm like, okay, I'm alive. And then they jump Minato, and then they jump out there where I am, and I'm super floaty. And then they forward air. They miss the first one. I back up a little bit with float, and then I air dodge the second one. They forward air again, and then my air dodge runs out, and they forward it again. They miss because my air dodge is still out, and then my air dodge ends for real, and they forward air again, and then I die. And I'm like, well, what was that? Like, what was I supposed to do? Like, how do you just jump Monado out there and forward air for like 14 times, and then they can just go like lower? They can do that, and if you dodge all that somehow, they go low, and then they jump with jump Monado, and then up B like reverse, and it flushes you out. Like, that character actually edge guards Peach so hard, and I was like, this is impossible. Like, that's some of the characters where I'm just like, how do I get back to the ledge? And the only thing I've ever found is going super low. That Ling showed me. I do it now. I go super low, and it works most of the time if they don't catch you out there in that situation where they meet you up there first. And then I recover, but the only thing that can kill you there is they forward the ledge and they also down the ledge. And if they are lucky, you just die. And I'm just hoping I don't die at that point, because when you're so low down there, you don't have enough like variance to like mix up your timing. So I'm gonna jump fully extend, and I'm gonna up B fully extend, and I just hope I don't die. And if I do, I do. And that's just it. It just sucks. It's just not great. Um, there's a trick you can do. You can deck down tilt his like shield Monado sometimes too. But if they're smart at mid percents, they will smash Monado out of it. So there's so much knockback you can't combo them. I don't know why any Shulk doesn't do that either. I shouldn't be saying this. Just smash Monado art at low percents, get out, and then use shield art for later. There's so many ways to just avoid playing the game as this character. I just don't understand. Because why are there Sora players that will literally sit under the stage, flank you the entire time, with like spells, but there's not a Shulk player that has thought of those. Like, come on. Okay, whatever. I'm done talking about this matchup. Neutral Shulk favored, advantage Shulk favored, obviously. It's not very good. You can kind of make it work if you just stay on the ground. Just try and parry stuff. And parry stuff, and when I say parry stuff, I don't mean punish them. Parry stuff and keep standing. You're not punishing that nair. It's -2. Go on with your life. I don't know. Find something else to do. Bowser Jr.? It's like, I've played Yoda Cage a good amount of times. This is a surprisingly even matchup. The way they can move around you is very like good. The way they can cart around, do this stuff like that. His disjoints are pretty good at landing around you and stuff, and his up air is good at juggling too, and does a lot of percent. It just combos into itself. I think this is actually a really even matchup. It's just such a weird flow. I don't think a lot of other matchups are like it. This is like if Sonic was fair. If Sonic was fair, this is what this matchup would be like. Where he's just like doing this like weird little side movement, and he's like doing this like stuff, and it confirms, and it's fast, and he can mix up, and he has all these little jukes out of it. And then like Peach's like air to airs aren't the best. They get out air to air by like his back air and forward air, so it's a little tricky sometimes. And he actually does have some good corner pressure because his jab kills you, his forward throw will kill you, and if you give him enough time to set up the down B, the little Mecha Koopa, it's a little annoying sometimes. Because like hitting it can be tricky, and then it can combo off itself weirdly. And he's got like some decent get off me's. Like, he's got some good callouts. Up smash is surprisingly good at like calling out like pressure and just like saying get off me, and stuff. But he's really good at disengaging and just like moving around with cart and just using his like superior aerials in that space away from you. It's not the easiest to whiff punish him either, as he's like dragging back with like giant like wrecking balls. And some moves are actually really safe on Peach. If you don't have turnip, on the front of your shield, they can just like down tilt your shield and use like forward tilt and stuff like that. Like, really good pressure against Peach is like kind of annoying. And again, the up air juggles really well. But I would still say neutral is Peach favored. Advantage is like kind of even. I don't think comboing Bowser Jr. is that easy, actually. The whole like cart mechanic thing makes it a little weird, like the lower percent on his bottom. It's like not like a big difference where it's like, oh, this is hard to combo like two people. But when you do some really precise combos, you'll notice the difference and the percent difference. It won't really work out too well for you. If you try to do like some crazy like item combos, you'll notice it's a little finicky. Um, they're just tighter, is what I would say. Um, um, yeah, just look out for. Don't get backyard out of reversals. Like just chasing him too hard is the easiest way to lose that matchup. So it's a very patient matchup. Just respect that he's faster than you and stuff like that. Oh, this one's interesting. I don't think this is good. This is like you can never combo this character. There's always gonna be can there that can hit out of hit stun. It's gonna disrupt your combos. Never get a good combo. The forward or back air, super big disjoints. He can set up all his things. You're supposed to suffocate him and stop his startups of his like gunmans and other stuff like that. But he's just too fast. Like with it. I mean, like Peach is too slow for like how like much startup there is on the stuff. I'm not saying it's fast. It's just Peach is too slow. Um, and like when he jumps back, his fair and bear are really big and not that punishable, even if you parry them like the max based ones. Um, and then there's so many things where like if you even if you try to use turnips against him, the can will block the turnip, the gunman will block the turnip. There's so many things that just make it so difficult for this matchup to work. And you're supposed to hit the can with like pure hitbox and no hurtbox, but I'm a brawler. So a lot of times when you're hitting the like can, even if you try to tip or space forward area, it can just blow up on you a lot of weird times. It's really, really finicky. And it just like counters Peach, like the can itself the entire time. Um and of course he has a frame on escape option with can. So the combos get really dicey and it's just not great at all. I would say neutral favors Duck Hunt because the float thing doesn't really matter because he has such adaptable projectiles. Like the can be able to like fly up like that. And I know so much about this character because I like studied before I had to fight Raito. A lot of times when it's like moving up into you, if you hit it as it rises into your floating height, it has armor when you hit the ping button. So if you're hitting it, it'll armor into your like thing and it'll just blow up on you anyway. So it's really impressive. It combo like breaks. It literally like can break a true combo just by like being around because like they can move it while they're in the hit stun too, and it's always gonna be laying somewhere. It makes it hard to edge guard him. Um, because it's Palu, like if you're hitting it consistently, you can like jump off, nair the can and him at the same time, and it won't like hit you as long as you're hitting it. But Peach doesn't have anything like that to hit it, so a lot of times I have to pull a turnip. They'll can with their recovery. I'll throw it at the can and like hit the can away, but there's not enough time to actually go out there and edge guard them once I like hit the can, unless the can specifically with my turnip hits them. Like it's really complicated. It just doesn't really work very well. You can juggle him pretty good. But he also juggles you really well, like especially his up air, like how it auto cancels in this game. Like I don't know if you've seen up air ladders. They're pretty good on Peach too, so it's honestly pretty tricky. The only thing that doesn't make this really bad is that um he doesn't have that much kill power. So it's like whatever sometimes, but it's just too tricky to interact with his gimmick in general, just because of how like Peach's hitboxes work. I don't like back airing and nairing them. It's really tricky. It just blows up on me all the time. And I'm trying to space as hard as I can. It just doesn't work. I really don't know what to say about that. Um, so this is one of those weird projectile characters that I just think does super good. Honestly, just look out for grabs in between all the chaos and don't let the can like pressure you into doing nothing. Just disengage from it, honestly. Ryu and Ken. Okay, so I think Ryu does not so hot. I think she beats both these characters. They're just too stiff. They jump in, they get down tilted. You can't tire them. Peach just like walls them out completely if you're patient about it. They're like fireball stuff. You can just hit those like they're super easy to hit with like Peach's aerials too. I'd give neutral to the like Peach and advantage state to Peach too. Like I guess if they hit you, they'll kill you really easily. But like they get juggled, they get edge guarded, they get everything like so easily. And all they do is jump in and run at you. They don't have like a burst option unlike Terry that makes it really hard to deal with. So they're really simple. And then their focus thing gets destroyed by up air. So you just juggle them forever. And they can't really respond to your unique pressure when you like move around them with like float and stuff. So it's like honestly super easy. Just don't get jumped in on ever. It's really simple. Cloud. This is bad. It's bad. The like the flow of the game is just too like I don't even know how to say this. It's so random sometimes because like it doesn't feel like there's ever a correct option to pick versus Cloud specifically. It's just reading them. Like I choose the dumbest option sometimes. Like I just stand up there and I run up and spot dodge like on some weird like some nonsense. It's just because like they want to like it's like okay they want to cross slash your approaches like as a like stuff or they'll run up and cross slash. So I run up and spot dodge, which I've never done that to anyone ever. But like that's just a specific like I know you're gonna cross slash here thing. Answer to Cloud, just because shielding it isn't good. So it's just like so specific. And I have just picked the stupidest things versus Cloud because it's what he forces you to do. And then it also like you picking those stupid things loses really easily to him just autopiloting back air. It makes it super hard. That like most significant things you have to choose to like win in scenarios against him in this matchup are really dumb and will lose to like doing normal things like him doing a fade back fair. Can you imagine if like I run up and I spot dodge and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna fade back fair, and then he just fade back fairs and does like a billion damage, or he's just running away and back airing. It's just so hard to outplay just that in general. Because like testing yourself to parry all the time is not what you want to do. And you don't want to shield cross slash either, but it also catches you out of your flow. But you also don't want to get back out of the air, and he will beat you in an air-to-air competition. So, and you also don't want to pressure his shield from too high. You want to get low anyways, so you can do perfect nairs or grab him. But then you also don't want to nair because down tilt beats your nair. It's just so hard. It's just so hard. It's not funny. And then my big thing is when he hits me, how do I stop getting hit? Like sometimes you get normal cross slashed, 1, 2, 3, and then he runs after you and just back airs. Like you'll see Spargo chase people down. No amount of like double jumping, air dodging, like will save you. I'm like, dude, there's nothing I can do here. It's just so difficult. Like it's just so difficult. Like I don't know if you guys watched like Akola versus like Spargo at Genesis. I know he carded a lot of those times, but even if he was to jump away, it wouldn't save him. Like it literally would not save him. Like get cross slashed, run, jump, double jump back air. Like in that area, if you have bad stats, you cannot get out. It's so difficult to get out of that position. So yeah, I'd give neutral to Cloud. I'd give advantage to Cloud. Um, there's like slight ways to edge guard him, but I wouldn't even say edge guarding him is like real or easy. It's really hard to edge guard this character. And again, like if you are at a percent as Peach where you're hitting far enough to like edge guard him in the first place or try, he's probably gonna have a limit stock. So it's just like, okay, you got your one edge guard, limit, boom, free recovery, and then try again and hit him like 2 more times off stage. It's such a hard sequence to pull off. Especially because his down air also beats Peach's up air. It's really hard to juggle him, all these other things like that. So it's a lot of reads from you on your end to beat this character. It's so difficult. And he's not even like doing anything. He's just back airing and running away, and it's so hard. So hard. And this is from someone who like rarely loses to the character in bracket anyways. Okay, this one, oh my gosh. I play Shattuck a lot. This is so even, it's not even funny. Like, I can't believe Corrin can like fade back and up air, and it's low key more oppressive in like defensive play than like Cloud somehow. He was just like fade back, up airing, and back airing, and then just pinning on reaction. I play Corrin too, and I was like, wow. And the thing about this, unlike Cloud, I can weasel my way sometimes to land. Versus Corrin's hitboxes are so airtight between like falling up air, big hitboxes, pin, and everything like that. There's no landing. Like after a Shattuck taps me at all, I get nicked by a nair, a forward, or anything. Perfect advantage state. Perfect advantage state. Like there's nothing you can do, and it's just like Shattuck's like advantage state is super refined, and I can tell, but it's really like easy the way Corrin lets it like happen for you. Like he just like does a landing up air, reacts to your air dodge. You can't challenge up air. It's gonna beat you no matter what. Pins you on reaction. Frame 8, super fast. Like long for like neutral range, like drift distances, and you're just stuck in the blender forever. Forever. The only thing that worked was like super walking him towards the edge of the stage, and it requires so much discipline. I don't think neutral like favors anyone because like turnip camping is really good against Corrin too. So like it's just super oppressive on like the disadvantage for me. Because the thing is, when I hit Corrin, it's not as oppressive as when like Shattuck hits me. or like Corrin hits me. I say Shag because I've never played a good Corrin otherwise, and like Shag's like probably the best Corrin anyway. So what else? Um, but yeah, like I can't believe that disadvantage is happening. Like advantage state is so Corrin favored. You just cannot do anything. But the neutral's okay as Peach. Like the neutral is very okay. But you can't run forward. You have to just sit there and walk and inch your way forward and be so patient. It's actually so difficult. And your turnip pulls have to be really good. You have to be able to fight too. It's very hard. Um but you can like out pressure Corrin in like the boxing scenarios sometimes. So her like responses aren't very good. The only thing she can do sometimes is like nair out a shield if you're like not being perfect, and footstool into down air. But it's not like the strongest thing ever, but it does displace you, which is really annoying. So there's that. But overall, pretty tricky matchup if you're not really good at it. This is another tricky one. Peach Bayo is so interesting. I play Lima. It's so funny that Bayo and Korn are next to each other. I play both these characters. Actually, me, Lima, and Shattuck actually play all of each other's characters, which is really cool to me. But Bayo is like you have to like oh no. The neutral's so even. It's just like like you can't move. She's limiting your movement at all times, but you have turnips and it just like harasses her a lot. You can outbox her, but like the way Bale can just move around you so well is like kind of annoying sometimes. Just because like she does outrange you. Lima likes to box with like down tilts and other stuff like that, and they can outrange you and they're super safe. If they're on your front side, you can back them out of shield if you want to like if you have your back facing with float. But Peach is really floaty, and a lot of these juggle scenarios get really dangerous sometimes. Like when Lima pops you into the air, if I'm not like perfect on my game, you will die. You will actually just die. Like he will kill you. Um, Same thing for edge guarding. Sometimes he's on it and he just edge guards you really well. I wouldn't say it's the easiest thing to get edge guarded by Bayo. Parasol's pretty good at like anti-hitboxing Bayo. I usually make it back. It's not like as oppressive as something else where I'm just like, oh, I'm dead. Like Shulk where I just die. Like Bayo's not that oppressive for Peach offstage, and the turnip is really good against her. Um, but I can't deny that it's not tricky sometimes because if you do mess up in the neutral versus Bayo, obviously she does a billion to you. But the difference that comes in is like Peach can kill her way easier than Bayo can kill you. But it's just very easy for things to get out of hand by them tapping you with like a very like simple thing, like a random forward, a random down tilt. You're getting forward 1, 2, 3, and you're taking 80, and you can very much so die because I think it's pretty prominent in Bayo's game plan in general, just to force respect from people, just to forward smash people, and that is always something that's on my mind when I'm playing this matchup, and it will lose you the game because if you do lose the lead versus Bayo, it's really hard, which is why this is so even. Whoever takes the first stock in this matchup will probably win because like both of us brack on percent like nobody's business, and then they can just like play safe. Like once Peach takes the first stock and she starts playing safe, it's pretty much over. Once Bayo takes the first stock and just like does it, it's pretty much over too. It's really hard. This is like if Sonic was fair. Okay, anyways. Just look out for ABK, stay grounded, and like don't get reversal by her on ledge and stuff, and that's pretty much how that goes. If Sonic was fair, part 4. Um who's next? Bayo's the last Smash 4 character, right? So that's like ultimate characters? Yeah, Inkling. Goes Inkling and then okay. So Inkling, she wins. You can play this matchup almost similar to Mario, where you just like wall them out. Just don't let her like it dash grab you, and don't get tripped up by the weird little ink puddle dashes and stuff like that. Um, it's really simple. I think Peach wins like neutral. Just don't run into back airs. It's kind of annoying sometimes. Back air actually is kind of big. Surprisingly, everyone thinks I just run them over for free. It's not that free. It gets some annoying sometimes, especially when they start neutral bead camping. I think you should definitely neutral bead camp if you're playing as the Inkling. And the bomb is actually annoying too. Like especially like on the ledge trapping, that's really annoying. Um, I think Peach wins in neutral and in terms of advantage state too. She hits Inkling way harder, even with like natural things like no combos or anything like that. Um, And what to look for, I think you can just like outspace, like look for their jump and anti-air them before they back air. You can parry it sometimes if they're not doing it perfectly, or you can just outspace it and down tilt it after they back air. Just some ways like that. And they're not good at responding after they back air. So if you shield the back air and then you back air after they back air, they don't have good out of shield options. So if you just back air and stay on their backside and they can't grab you, they can't really do anything. So you can just hit their shield a lot too. So that's what I would say to do in that matchup too. Um, mm, 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 um, Ridley. This matchup's like annoying. Like annoying. Like really annoying. But it's like fine at the same time. Um, he's like, it's like here. I know I played a Ridley recently, but I like trolled. I wasn't having a very good day that day. Like at all. I was not having a good day. Um, but like the combos really just destroy that character. Um, he's not very good at dealing with turnip. His range is kind of annoying sometimes, but like if I'm playing well, I don't get tripped up by the forwarders and the nairs and whatever the hell. And also his side B actually has lag, unlike other characters where he like tries to grab you and stuff like that. If you're like know how to ledge trap this character, it should be really easy. Because once you hit him once, like he should just get stuck forever and just die. And he's actually not that heavy compared to other like big bodies, and he actually just get destroyed by like combos also. So yeah, it's just like really just can you play around his nair and not get random bursted, and it should be fine. I think neutral is like pretty evenish, I guess, but I think advantage state is definitely Peach favored. You just have to be on point with it because it can get out of hand really fast. And what to look for is just don't get grabbed. They just like to run up and grab and use nair. That's the only two things that really happen. And just throw forward off the ledge and side B off ledge. It's just those things off the ledge. And just dealing with the multiple jumps that they do when they land. If you just can do that, that's just should be pretty easy to win. Um, Belmonts. Hmm. Belmonts is so weird. So weird. It's just like I can't really move sometimes. They can also die sometimes. I'm honestly not the best person to ask about the Belmonts matchup. I think Ling is actually way better at certain matchups, especially when it comes to like these weird zoners. I don't play against Belmonts and like um Gunner that much and stuff like that, but I can tell you from watching him, the way he does it, I think it's definitely fine. If you just play very patient. Because they do die off stage. It's just the whip, the rate they can whip at is just so good at hitting like Peach's different angles that you have to stay on the ground and you can't rotate on the projectiles. If you try to nair the cross, it actually just beats you. Or like back air. I was just like, what? I can't hit the cross? I was like, oh, I'm about to solve this matchup, and then I lost. I was like, whoa, I can't hit the projectile. That sucks. No, this is fine. Honestly, it's fine. A little bit of parrying, some advantage stating, it's fine. I think neutral is definitely their favor, but once you hit them, you should just go to town on them because when they hit you, they kind of just forward tilt you once, and once you learn how to jump off the ledge versus the holy water, it should be okay. It's mostly okay. I'm just gonna put it right there. It's mostly fine. And the thing is, I trust Ling on this one. I've seen him play. He does really good into it, and he told me it's even, and it looks even when he plays it. It's not gonna look even when I play, but that doesn't matter because Peach still does good enough. I trust Link on that one. I just don't play them like that. I'm sure he's played like Squid Plumber a bunch or something like that. Um, Carol, this one's good. It's just annoying. It's really annoying. But if you know what you're doing, you can beat him. Especially with like the, again, like a big emphasis is like on the new developments of just having like the crazy ass combos she has. He'll just die. You can just kill him. It really doesn't matter. And then once I get him off stage, even before I learned all the crazy combos, he gets perfect turn up edge guarded over and over. You just throw the turn up down on his 2 frame as he's recovering, and he just like actually goes from. I usually take them from like 140 to like 200 something until they die or something like that. Like it's pretty easy. The neutral is actually kind of tricky, I will say, and they hit you really, really hard. But the neutral is like mostly fine. It's just really patient sometimes with like the crown walling and stuff like that. And their aerials are sometimes annoying, but if you just guess right one time, parry one of them, or like block one in a weird way, you should just destroy him. So I don't think this character is really like a problem like that. And especially if you opt towards like vertical combos instead of like horizontal juggling, so you don't have to deal with like his nair belly armor type stuff like that. It should be pretty okay, but you can also just parry that and deal with that too, and he gets comboed super hard. Also, he dies to down throw back air. He actually dies to down throw back air somehow. So that's cool. Thank you, Bazaar, for the prime, by the way. That was a little late. I just saw that in chat. Isabel. Also good. A little annoying. You know something insignificant about Isabel? It's pretty much the same as like Villager. You can like overrun her a lot of times. But the fishing rod is actually surprisingly annoying. At like it just destroys Peach's recovery completely. They hang it in the ledge and it just destroys Parasol, and you get thrown out without floating anything, and you might just die. It's actually really difficult to deal with. But everything else is like relatively fine, similar to like Villager stuff. You can just mash on her a lot of the times. It's probably like worse pressure than Villager. I'd say like Neutral's probably even like Peach favored low key, and Advantage State is like Peach favorite, but like that fishing rod thing actually gives her the entire matchup the way to like have a win condition at all that you can lose. But it's still pretty easy. That's all I would even say like about doing that. It's pretty easy though. Oh my god, I hate this character so much. I think Ensign is like, I don't even know. I think this is so stupid because like no matter how good you are versus Incineroar, you still have to just like be correct on when they down B, and then also not get hit by, because if you get hit by it after, then you just lose. Like it doesn't really matter what's going on. Like they can down B like super high in the air, they can call it a hitbox. They could just down B wherever. So it's just like, if you're wrong, like you're wrong, and it's gonna be really bad. This character disadvantage is so strong that like his ledge trapping and everything is so crazy. And Peach doesn't like rotate out of the corner very well against him. Like she can't just run away from him. So it's honestly really hard. And playing out of his like grab range is hard because he's so like Peach is so slow. She can't just like dash out of the way of the grab all the time. I think this matchup is actually like really tricky. Especially because Peach doesn't kill that early. I could get better at like edge guarding him a little earlier or something like that, but this is honestly really hard. I think Peach and Sin's like even. It's so hard. It is just so hard. Because even when I'm like perfect upper juggling, he could just pop a revenge whenever, and I'll just lose. And then it displaces you, and you can just get comboed out of that revenge too. And he has great call out options. Like I can't tell you how many times just like you want to like assert any falling nair pressure or like down air or something like that, and he'll just rip out up smash, and it hits behind him for some reason too, and you'll just die at like 70. The grab will kill you. His down tilt is good. Like he's also really oppressive at ledge trapping, like especially against Peach. Like I don't have the best options to like just jump and fly over him like a lot of top tiers do. I think the best way to beat Incin is like to outmaneuver him, but like that just comes with like speed. So yeah, and even then when you do have that speed, Incin's like tools are so good at hitting like certain things, like down tilt on his ledge, like hits a lot of characters on the ledge. Just kills people. It's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. I've had a lot of back and forth sets with like Skyjay and Bullhall. It's just hard. Obviously don't get hit by the revenge inside B, but that's just so hard to complete for some reason. I don't know why it's so hard to not get hit by those moves. Um, yeah, no, I think the neutral is like kind of even. Honestly, it's like I feel like I might win neutral. I usually bang up Incineroar more than he bangs me up, but like he's just so much stronger that like I'll hit him 5 times, he'll hit me once, and like doesn't matter. I'll just die anyways. It's not even like I get hit and it gets even. I just die. So it's a little tricky. Oh, Piranha Plant, easy. Really easy. Really simple. His like little like Patui gimmick doesn't really work on Peach that well. You cannot space it really well. He gets pressured. He can't really answer. He can try and up smash you, but that's not even like that good if you know how to look out for it. And you just juggle him really hard, let trap him really hard. He doesn't really have that many answers to anything you do like that. It's pretty simple to me. And just don't get up smashed and let trapped by Batui, and that's all I can say. Like it's just so easy. Oh god, I don't. I think this is not good. I don't care what anyone thinks. That is like he just like I think neutral favors him because he just gun camps you and runs away the entire time. He outspeeds you by so much. He whiff punishes you so hard. He hurt box shifts most of my moves. I can't nair him. I can't do anything. Like a lot of his times, if I nair, his downfall goes under my nair. I get juggled really hard by his combos. I can't combo him that well because he's so skinny and weird. Like my downer doesn't work. All these other things like that. I don't have a spike. I don't have a good two framing move to like hit his like Arsene recovery things. I don't have good moves for hitting his tether either. His tether is super long. I can't even contest him down there. He just like whip punishes everything. He's just such a character. I don't even know. This character's so broken. And he just gets to run away, disengage, and you're playing like chase him the entire time. It's really not like I don't care what anyone says. This shit is not fair at all. And then he's the one who's allowed to be like, oh, I have Arsene, I'll throw out a forward smash and I'll just try and kill you at 60. If you're wrong, Peach just dash attacks or dash grabs you. But like if I do that, I'll fucking die or like anything like that. He has all the cheese and you don't. Like he has the Tetracron on your recovery, you just explode. Like you can't even just like recover and grab the ledge. He can swing back here 14 times off stage, jump up. He counters a recovery. You lose for beating his ass. That's cool, I guess too. I don't really have combos at later percents too, so like the percents he gets Arsene, it won't even like go away. So that's really annoying too. And then what am I supposed to do about Arsene bullets? What does anyone do about Arsene bullets when you're just bullet camping you? And it just like throws you around everywhere. And then when you're floating and doing all those like weird movements, guns tap me out of my flow and it makes it really annoying because it disrupts my movement and then I just get stuck in my inputs or something like that. It's actually really disruptive. Um yeah, this matchup is not good. It's just really not. Hero Peach is actually annoying and very even. You can pressure him really hard. Um, but he's just like the way his things are so wally or like side B and stuff like that. He can slightly like drift away from you slowly and still wall you out at the same time. While getting all these power ups, and then like obviously you're just not fast enough to chase him down like that. Nor are you oppressive enough to like actually just shut him down completely. He can always like respond to whatever you're doing with like down tilts, up tilts, armor, side forward tilts. His jab is really good at checking you out of the air. It hits really high. Fade back nairs are good, and side B is always amazing. And he's just so strong, and you have to respect all these like giant like spells at all times. So you can't even like stop him from doing these things a lot of times. Um, so I'd say neutral is like kind of like even, but advantage is like really Peach favored. She hits him, and I don't stop hitting him for like a really long time. And even at off stage, I can edge guard him. But the only thing is, he gets zoom. I would just infinite him off like the ledge with like down air, like off stage. I would just down air him over and over until he ran out of mana. But he gets zoom, and then it comes back to center stage, and it resets it. And that's the biggest part that makes this like not even. I mean, even I would probably put this in good if he couldn't just zoom out of the like stage every time and come back to neutral for free. And he wasn't so cheesy. But otherwise, I think this is a pretty relevant even matchup because I've been playing a lot of these for some reason, and it's very easy to just get your shield broken or just die because this character's so strong. So that character is even. It's very hard. You can't rush him down. Um, what to look out for? I don't even know what to say. Just a bunch of like hero cheese. Banjo, terrible character. So easy. So bad. Just stand there. Just hit him. I don't even know. It's just like he's just so bad. He's gonna use his tilts. He's gonna pretend he's real. He's just so fake. This is like the worst character I've ever seen in my life. You can just auto shield everything he does. What's he gonna do? Call out side B you? Okay, it's like a million frames to start up, and then you react. And you block it, parry it, punish him. If he tries to do the egg thing, just block the second egg, read the jump after. They always do it. It's super duper easy, and I don't know. I can't even think of a single thing that's like, oh, they're gonna forward smash you. No, the only thing is they're gonna try call out side B, and then just learn how to catch and play with a grenade. Don't hit the grenade, and that's it. The matchup's really solved. She wins in every single part of the matchup. I don't know what to say. Terry. This matchup is so hard. I honestly think it's losing. It's really hard. He just this character's so broken. He outboxes Peach somehow. He has plus on shield moves. He is heavy and he doesn't die very easily. He has a good recovery and he has a burst option, unlike the Shotos. So he can just like burst you, and a lot of times it's just like crack shoot and like anti-airs you too. His recovery is not easy to contest. So like all these things make it like not easy to contest as a like disadvantage because Peach actually can't chase him that well. As other characters, I find it really easy to chase him after he does his specials and he has his like slight lag. But Peach is not fast enough to chase the specials out of the air. So like he'll flip over my head with three different specials, and I'm just like, okay, well I can't really get over there. And from the side, his forward is actually distorted, so he just lands with that. And he always gets go. You're not like Peach doesn't early kill you unless you're just turbo comboing him, but it's not easy to like, find like a super combo on him either. Like he's not really that vulnerable in those ways to hit him like that. Unless you down air him, but he can just spot dodge mid downer and spot dodge punish cancel you anyways with his special spot dodge. Yeah, no, and then he just gets go, and then he just spams it unlimitedly, and he will always get go versus Peach because it's like the same problem as Lucario where you can't really kill him early, and then he just cheeses you. He just out cheeses you. This character is insane, actually insane, and he just has actual plus on block stuff, so he just outboxes you too, like with like jab and just like general stuff. It's insane. I don't know. This matchup is hard. Just don't get hit by go, or try as much as you can not to get hit by any ground move at all. And the ledge trapping is really oppressive, like nair dare nair, nair, catch you with nair, and then rising nair, and then burning knuckle off the side, and you're dead super early. Like there's so many ways for this character to kill you super early, and you can't. It's just ridiculous. I don't even know. Byleth, I think this is like slight Peach. I don't think Byleth is very like good versus Peach. I think Byleth is pretty decent actually, but like I don't know if you saw how I play versus Leo, but I just stand there. Byleth can't really force an issue. It's too slow. Like you can't really stop me from pulling turnip. I just wall you out with like turnip. I can punish things. Things aren't that safe. Byleth is a pretty easy combo way, and Byleth's stats are so bad that I can actually edge guard Byleth's like tether with turnip pretty easily. So he just dies also. He can't handle the pressure. A lot of his answers to pressure are going to be fake, like Nair to shield and other stuff like that. And those rotating Nairs like that, those splash hit boxes, they're kind of annoying to deal with on shield. But footstool is actually really good against them. Yumeki will footstool it every single time. So I really think like he would just get footstool to die if that's your only answer. Just a Nair quake into me and hope it works. Like I don't know, it's kind of random. I don't think this character is very good versus Peach. Like it's like, oh, sword lance or whatever like that, but it's pretty simple to just get out of the way and just stand there forever until they give you an easy opening to move in, something like that. I would say just look out for don't get nared because it just starts a bunch of nonsense for them, and don't get upbeat, which is just like be really airtight on your like pressure on them because sometimes they mess up and I get upbeat too, but I shouldn't be getting upbeat. There's a bunch of things. Okay, this is where people really want to see because all we have left now is like the DLC characters. And like people, I don't know, have some weird thoughts about this. So this character now, Min Min is so even. Like it's just a really hard, like high, like thing even. Like Min Min can play bad and I can play amazing and it looks even, but that's how it is. Like I have to be playing so well for this to look even. So if I'm not playing like on a day I'm playing really well as Peach, which is what this chart is like representing, it will look terrible. But I've when I'm warmed up for the matchup, I have to be warm in the matchup. I can't play this matchup unless I specifically warmed up like a few games ago with Min Min because it's just such a different like game. Um, she dies, but I die, and I was weirded out because I was grinding it with Pink, and I was like, wait, so we just die? Like this is kind of hype. We just kill each other. Like turnip, it's really easy to kill Min Min with a turnip off stage. Her recovery is just it's not great. If you know how to get around the arms, she swings before then. And then sometimes I get walled out, but then like if you know how to do it when I'm warmed up for it, I can like just get ready for both, and then I can use a turnip in a way that like covers the jump option after and pressure her after. She's also really not good at covering cross ups. So like you can cross her up all the time. She can't up smash grab or do anything from there. So like all it comes down to is like really patient play and then just not getting grabbed. That's like the biggest thing to do in this matchup. Like really patient play and don't get grabbed. And you can like kind of react to it. It's pretty hard to do, but you can kind of react to it. But yeah, I'd say neutral favors Min Min, even though like I can just like disengage from most of it. I play really, really patient. Um, and the advantage state is back and forth. It's so volatile. It's such a volatile matchup, but I truly believe it's even when you play it. It's just one of the matchups where like if you're playing bad, you get destroyed. But like whatever. Honestly, if I play bad, I get destroyed by most of these characters. Like if I play bad versus Instant anyways, I would just get fucking 3 stocked. So it really doesn't matter. Like that's just how my character works. But this is definitely a volatile even matchup, and something I would say look out for is definitely know how to deal with the different tempos of like when they're swinging their arms, because that's going to be your only opportunity to actually get in, and then knowing how to like react to her like things, because her down tilt and dash attack have like no hit lag, so they're super hard to react to actually. So you have to like walk them to the corner and then like read their escape options, and then you should like hit them and go hard, like really hard, really hard. Um, that's it basically. Steve, I honestly don't think this is a good matchup. Like I know I'm like I just it's not great. I think the things I be doing to these Steve players should not be happening. And it's mostly just because I understand Steve so much that I'm beating him. Not that my character does well. And my character can like individually pressure him in a weird way that's really useful. But like with how hard this character hits and some of the things I do in these matches, if you actually watch what I'm doing in these matches, that it's like not comparable. Like it's just not comparable. Like these Steve players are honestly just getting outplayed. I really think they could be doing some very easy fixes that would just make the match impossible, but they're just not. And especially like with that hit stun thing, like what now? And the ledge traps they had already, like there's just ledge traps that they have that work really well. And I'm like, what if you just did that every time? And they just don't. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna stop you, but the ledge traps just kill you. They have like such broken frame data. If they stopped, like, I don't know what even they're trying to do. Like they just want to roll in and start mashing stuff or doing something stupid. I'm just like, if you played like a normal person for like 2 seconds, you would probably win, but they just don't. I don't. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm just trying to say player diff. Like at the end of the day, it's just a player diff. Like I don't. It's not a good matchup. It's just not a good matchup. Like if I get backered at 70, I lose, and it auto cancels, and they're swinging it like crazy. Like it's not real. Come on, be real. Be real. Sephiroth. This is even. You can like pressure him super hard, but he can also run away really hard. It's just such a like these DLC matchups are so like mind-boggling to me when I think about them. You have to parry things and reaction a lot. You have to have a really good reaction time to play this matchup. You have to sit there like parry and stare at him and be really calm and just call out his grabs. Because he gets destroyed by the turnip train, so if he makes a big mistake at like 40, he just dies to turnip train. That's the only reason this matchup's like pretty good. Um and yeah, he's not the best at handling pressure, but his air to air is actually really good. Nair is actually really good at beating you out like air to air wise. So that's what I would say. And just don't run into like the hitboxes. Like you shouldn't be taking damage, and you should never get hit by a shadow flare. It's not that hard to dodge either, so you shouldn't be really get hit by that. And just being really patient and covering the stage. Um, you don't always have to catch the landing. Just cover center stage. I would definitely say Sephiroth is better in neutral in this matchup, but Peach's advantage is way better. Sephiroth's advantage state is like kind of weird. It doesn't really work all the time, so I think it's very dependent. Yeah, a lot of things have to line up for them, like Sephiroth to work. It's really ugly. But yeah, this is a pretty even matchup, honestly. Just don't get shield broken or grabbed or something weird. But again, all of those are pretty reactable. Like him running up and down smashing is pretty reactable if you're like calm and collected and stuff. Mithra. This is also another weird one. Um, I think like this is also just like Min Min. It's a very high maintenance matchup where you have to play really, really fast and be reacting really fast. But if you're on point, I think Peach wins. Like at the end of the day, like Peach just kills her sometimes. Like Peach kills her. She gets destroyed by Turnip Train. You shouldn't be able to use Nair. Like a lot of times, like I'm getting Naired by Shuton and Cosmos and stuff like that. You should not be able to Nair, like at all. Especially because they're not even spacing it. If you watch Yumeki, he footstooled it every single time, and that's gonna be me. That will be me. I only started losing to them because I started like trying to fight the Nair every time because I was like, oh, this is I want to punish this every time, just like Yumeki, and I am not Yumeki, so I lost. But I'm training it, and it's gonna be there, and they're gonna die. So that's it. Like I literally saw Yumeki just footstool Shuton every single time, turn out combo him every single time, and he just died. Like of course Peach wins this. Like he just died. Like to footstool turn up down toss, and he started a zero death, and he just killed her. And he didn't even finish the zero death. He just hit her off stage, and then it sent her at such a bad angle. He just jumped turnip to cover her jump, and she just died at 60. Like that was it. And that's the thing. Like you can turnip edgeguard this character super easy. Her recovery sucks, and like a lot of times, like Peach's like neutral is so good at like just doing nothing there that like it's really hard for the Mytho to just run up and like abrasively attack you without getting punished really hard for it. And you can outcamp Pyra super easily in neutral. Just like Ivysaur, you just camp Pyra. And you should win with a turnip, and that's it. It's really easy, honestly. I'm like gonna stop trolling versus Mithras, and you'll see. Because I just be trolling for fun. I'll even look at my French set where I was trolling. And I'll just stop trolling. But yeah, just don't get run and nared by them or run up tilted. That's like the biggest thing I can do, or just run up and grab randomly. Okay, Kazuya is really weird. Peach actually beats Kazuya. She can like pressure him in this unique way. He can't really reach. I can just like flow out of the way of him. I'm so glad I don't have to fight this character as a normal character. I've tried it as Bayo, Paolo, and like everything else. It's so annoying. I just don't care. Like Peach wins neutral. She can just float in his face kind of, and whiff punish things because he can't jump up and hit me if I'm spacing myself correctly. And I can whiff punish his stuff. I can whiff punish electric with down air. And I just super combo him. He's a super like combo food. And then I actually can kill him off stage 2 by sniping his jump with turnip. I can toad the up B, and I can also just there's a bunch of ways to kill him, and turnip train kills him too. So it's just like I have so many ways to kill him. And my down tilt beats electric and the dragon punch. I call it Jizya, whatever. When he says Jizya, whatever. I can just beat that. So he has to start using lows, and then all his lows lose to like just punishing out a shield. So I don't know. I think this is pretty simple. I just have to like be playing well. His neutral getup is also really easy to hit. and then there's only one other option he can do, which is jump. So that's also really easy to hit because his jump is not that great from ledge, anyways. And yeah, that's pretty simple. Obviously, he wins in the advantage state, but the point is never get hit. So I win neutral. So that's it. My never hit get playstyle. It's come to fruition. Everyone wants it. I just be living. This matchup is actually so, so annoying. So annoying. I think it's right there. If you camp really hard and just know how Sora's moves work, you can like out camp him and like air to air him after he swung his stuff, but it's just so hard being passive the entire time. Because his huge hitboxes, if you get tagged by anything, it's just like Corrin. He just does a billion, he juggles you forever, you're in disadvantage state. It's really annoying. His upper is really good. Um Honestly really, really problematic in terms of just like what he's doing on the screen. Like he's just flying around, retreating and naring, and Peach's roll is so not good that it like catches you as you roll into him. Like a lot of characters can just roll through as he pushes into you, but like his nair catches my roll in, it pressures the front of my shield, I can't respond to it. A whole bunch of things. It's really difficult. And like Kamehameha just kills you off of it. You just get nair like 1-2'd, and you'll die 80 like nair up smash. Like off of nothing. Like him just standing there nair, and I'm like, wow, that's really annoying to deal with actually. And his dash attack, dash grab is so fast. Like he's actually really good with punishing you too on the ground. Um and he's really good at juggling you. So I think like and honestly, he's so weird to combo. You don't get big follow-ups on him a lot of times. And it's like impossible to down him because his nair will just eat you completely. So it's really rare that you'll like super combo him. And if you do, it's usually in his favor that he's gonna like advantage state you harder than him. And the neutral is like honestly very um even slightly his favor, I would say. Peach can hit him back hard too, and you can juggle him for a good amount of time, but it's not as much as he's gonna juggle like you forever and keep you there. Um, there's that, and he's kind of tricky on the ledge too, in terms of like ledge trapping you and ledge trapping. Like he can do the nair on your hands, kill you from the ledge. With like I think Kamehameha did IDJ nair on my hands and like forward smashed me from the ledge, and they can jump and do like multiple attacks too. So it's kind of tricky sometimes. That's like honestly how I feel. It's just not the best thing ever. Um, but at the end of the day, Sora's just not like the best character either. But I feel like so sometimes I just hit him. I just keep hitting him. I would honestly just say get out of their range if you're playing this matchup because playing with that nair simulator and like letting them jiggle on your shield is just too much. But playing away and like punishing his spells and hitting him with turnip and stuff like that is definitely the way to go until you can juggle him, and then you should be able to win. It's not like the worst thing, but it's really annoying. It's so annoying dying from nothing. Because getting tapped by Nair just feels like such a non-option. The only thing that's left is the 3Bs. Peach does good against Brawler. She walls him out pretty well. Um, I think she wins neutral, but like the advantage state is definitely Brawler favored because he'll just ladder you or whatever, and the stage is just so stupid. They just get laddered and die. It's literally just like Mario and stuff like that. You're just gonna wall him out, but he's like faster. So it's kind of like Fox, but Fox like falling speeds, but like Mario matchup is so annoying. I think the Gunner, I don't really know that much about this thing. I think it's really hard personally, but Ling, I will trust Ling on this one. And I'm just gonna put this in even. I've seen Ling versus Capitancito. He does it very well. He does very good against these people. Like he's just 3-0s them and stuff like that. I trust him. He told me it's even. Um, I don't play against this character like ever, and when I do, I don't think it's easy for me. But I probably just have to like play it more, just like other things. I trust Ling. I've played against the Sword Fighter a lot. I think the Sword Fighter is annoying, like really annoying. I've never been like walled out by a character like that. Like, depending what they use, the chakram or like is really hard on the lead trapping if they do the slow one. The like shurikens are like annoying sometimes because they like tag you out of your like float. They're really fast. Not the shuriken. It's like the it's no, it's the chakram when they do it fast and upwards. That one's it's just a like it's just a big bother. Like I was like, wait, why are you sword fighter but you're low key zoner? Like, hmm. And then his like forwarder and stuff, it's like it's big. It's just like Ridley, but it's like a little more like agile character, and they're just like very big, and he can just do these like big like things. And he has a reflector too, which is like it's so weird to talk about the Mii's because it depends what moveset they're running. I'm just thinking of the typical ones I run, but I think there's a better one they could run than the one they usually use that would just counterpick Peach specifically. Like I think the like one that's like the Octa Slash upwards, the reflection with the sword, the chakram, and then the I don't even know what the other one is. I don't know what his because I think the tornado's the neutral B, but there's something else they can put on that besides the tornado that's like a little annoying. I think it's the like shuriken of light that's like really annoying. That's what they should pick instead of the tornado. The tornado's troll. That one's really annoying, and they with that moveset they just play like a zoner, and then they also have sword things, and it just feels like semi Duck Huntish. Especially because these characters have such good neutral getups. Like the Mii's have better neutral getups than like everyone else. It's very difficult sometimes. I think I would. I've had so much trouble against them. Probably like this though. It's just obnoxious. They're just obnoxious characters. I have nothing else to say about them than that. They're rare too. They're kind of just like jump scares. They're just like random jump scares. Like you're just out of bracket. It's like, oh, you're playing Halo Halo. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. It's time, I guess, to do this. They just be down throw up airing you. I think this is. I think I'm happy with this. Um, let me just look at this one more time. Mm, yeah, yeah, I'm happy with this. Oh, mm. I think you're so good putting Paladin easy. She's so easy. Okay, I'll answer questions now, and please do not ask me what I think about a character because I already went through the whole list. Just watch the VOD when it comes out. Like actual different questions if I didn't answer something. I think I'm so good at putting Paladin easy. Ah. What match should you watch if you want to see how to fight Kazuya? Me versus Riddles. Um, from Let's Make Moves Miami. I will make a YouTube video, so if you missed an explanation for a character, just like look at it later or whatever. I'll post it. How does Peach work around Pal's oppressive juggling ledge trapping? Her juggling and ledge trapping is not oppressive versus Peach. I think Palu's ledge trapping and juggling is only good versus characters who don't have special options. So if you have block, float, Kazuya double jump stalling, or any of these weird like disadvantage options, Palu disadvantage like advantage state simulator just fails. Is crack shoot Terry's best move against Peach? Pretty much, yeah, to like set the pace. Any matchups I don't like fighting? I don't like um I don't like like Ensign or anything like that. Surprised not seeing Shulkin bad. It's playable, Steven. I found a way to just like camp it harder. It's okay. What do you think of each Pokemon for PT? Um Squirtle loses, Charizard is even, and Ivy like I don't even know. That's not even fair to say. Cause Ivy like gets shit on, but just destroys her in advantage state. And then Charizard's just like RPS simulator. But like if it was Charizard by himself, he couldn't rack up percent in the first place, so he would just lose. I don't know. It's just because they only come out at, like when you're at certain percent, so they're just good there. Sonic's humbled. Dude, Sonic is the most broken character I've ever seen in my life. A lot of characters that have a negative matchup zoners and campy or is a negative bias from me. Um they just have things that make it like really impossible to interact with them in some sort of way or the other. Or they're just way stronger than you. Like Terry is not like anti-interacting you, he's just 10,000 times stronger than you. Should you punish Falco fair? If they're spacing it, leave it alone. If they are whiffing it, dash back in, dash attack with punish it. And if they're not spacing it, you can shield grab, turn it forward, footstool, yada yada. We've been done Rob's even. No, it's not. It's not. It's just not. The way Steven flies around, it's not even. It's actually just not even. Would footstool auto shield make it hard for Link to nair on top of you? Yes, it would. But Link's foot is so long, it spaces it so much that you can't even do it. Yeah. Does Peach get a SDI jab easily due to her height and skinny? It's okay for getting out of like Buster Wolf, I think, if you're like a little bit like popped up if you do it really early. But it's really difficult to um get out of the like dunk one unless you go straight in and stuff like that. Rob's even IMO. I know what you mean, Steven. I know there's like an advantage state thing I do really well and stuff like that, but like I just think the way you make the R&R is really hard. Like it's really hard. Cause doing a four toss as Peach is way like too much compared to some of the things like, because sometimes I SDI yours and you have like different routes that like work a little better, but you already know how we talked about like how hard in is on mine. So it's just like I don't know. Sometimes I get no combo killed and I'm just like, okay. Like even when I go up and stuff like that, you do the double jump. Yeah, the DIN on the turn up you do, like makes it really hard sometimes. If the train worked better on him, I'd say like it could be a little easier, but it's just so difficult. What is Snake missing? Speed. Like you can just run away from him. The thing about Snake is even how though he's broken in those situations, you can just disengage from him over and over. Are you sure I should DIN? You should SDIN, yeah, it's really good. Makes it really easy. It's like super hard to kill you, like it's super impossibly hard. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Does anyone have any other questions before I end the stream? Make a -3 just for calm? Bruh. Shut up, Tristan. People don't get Terry like me. I've been knew what Terry is. Like a -3 for Crom, bruh. He's not even. Is there a list of turn up trainable characters? Um, just think about how fast a character falls. That's all you have to think about. It's based on your gravity. So the floatier character is like Samus. It doesn't really work on them. Fast falling, you get shit on the hardest. Sephiroth, Fox, Mithra. Terry Dairy 45-degree angle. Why does it just send you outwards like that? It's just so like no. Who's the hardest one in slight bad tier? Um um hmm I think the hardest one here. Oh, I don't even know. I don't like any of these matchups a lot. Like it's so hard. I want to say Shulk is probably like one of the hardest here, but Samus is also impossibly hard. But Duck Hunt is also really, really hard. And then Ices is really hard. They're all really hard. Like they're all very equal on levels of like difficulty, you know? How do you make this and say Peach is top 7? Because she can just kill you like when you want to. Like Samus is hard, but I could just kill you instantly. I get it, right? Like you can still like lose but win, right? Like if losing was winning, right? My brain doesn't see like seeing Bowser Jr. do better at something than Roy. Yeah, exactly, Steven. I just yeah, I'm good with this. This is fine. Well, if that's it from everyone, I'll take one last thing of questions. If anyone has any questions, let me know now or I'm done. When does Terry struggle the most versus Peach? When he's off stage? Uh I think when he's directly above her in the air, not even off stage. General advice versus characters like Samus and Pac-Man, outcamp them. I think you need to play more Sonics and listen to my advice. But even then, Nick, like you have to hit their like spin dash for the quick time event. That is not good. That's the same reason I don't even like Diddy that much. Cause like sitting there and like reacting perfectly in this doggy input delay game is so stupid. Like I'm literally sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna react to this perfectly, and I'm gonna grab this item perfectly, and then I just grab it. I have to hit spin dash with my precise ass hitboxes. Like it's so stupid. And I don't start combos off of the air. Like I don't get anything started when I hit him. Like when you like fair someone, you can like start fairing over and over again. Like if you read him like jumping, you can like, full out fair, fair, fair. But like I can't do that. I hit him once, it's over. Okay, what are your personal thoughts when people say a matchup versus Peach is even when you like no it's not? I don't care. I'm not gonna argue with someone. No, Salem. Terry's disadvantage is the best thing ever. It's so easy to shit on Ryu and Ken. Can you see it being -1? Yeah, I can see it being -1. Are there any recoveries Peach specifically struggles to edge guard? Yeah, like um Sonic is really difficult to edge guard. Game & Watch is unedge guardable. Um Corrin is actually really hard to edge guard. Wario is unedge guardable. Snake is really hard to edge guard because he just goes high and he has all the armor. There's a lot of recoveries that Peach cannot edge guard here. It's just like Sheik is impossible to edge guard. Lucina is really hard to edge guard. Link is really hard to edge guard. Hero Can't stop him from zooming. Um, Me Swordfire is impossible to stop. Yoshi's really hard to stop. I don't know. There's so many here that it's just Joker's impossible to stop. How do you deal with Icy Side B? If I know it's gonna happen, I'll just stand there and counter. Campy or Agra versus Robin. It's not like one thing. You do both. It's like you do both until you like suffocate her. I camp until I hit her. Salem, you're gonna have to show me the way because it's too impossible to hit him. He has no recovery on his specials. No, he would not edgeguard them. Let me see something. No, literally, Steven. Is Belmont even because of fair bear projectiles? No, you can't do that. It doesn't work. You can't hit the cross. It's just like I don't even like know how to explain it. You just have to pressure them and kill them. Ling is really good at it. That's a Ling like referral matchup. The 3 matchups on here that I'm just like referring to Ling on because I don't play them enough like that are like Belmont's, me, Gunner, and um what was it again? Hello? Am I blind? It was me, Gunner, Belmont, and I honestly that's it. It was just those. I actually don't know. Lab, Corn, and Sonic Edge guarding. Oh, you'll show me? Okay. You need to show me something, please. Can you hear something on the Sheik and Sephiroth matchups? Just watch the video, Sharp. I already talked about them. I already talked about them. They're over. There will be a YouTube video, so you can skip to it. There'll be a timestamp if you want it, sure. Don't make you do that? No, support my video. Fake ass. What do you mean? What do you mean don't make you do that? Fake ass! Everyone! Sharp is fake. Sharp is fake as fuck. What the fuck? Don't make me do that. Oh my god. This your bestie, right? Right. Steven, if Steven wanted to see the Rob thing, Steven would go to the video and give my shit a fucking like, and he would be like, "Oh, there's the Rob information I wanted." Yeah, and he would watch that, and he would watch that, and he'd watch it again even for like to give me like 13 more seconds on my video. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Sharp is just like, hello, is this real? Just move plant down. Honestly, right? No, I could move plant down to easy. It honestly is that easy, low key. The only thing is sometimes it gets a little weird when they do the Patui slide off the ledge trap thing and then like attack you at the same time. But if you put the link right down in front of me, I would watch it. Okay, it'll be up in a little bit. Like just wait. Like oh my god. Okay. Anyways, I think that's all the questions everyone had to ask. So I'm going to go offline. The 080 plant combos with plant. Yeah, I did see those. Whatever. A plant is not hitting me. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I don't see anyone streaming Smash, so I'm just gonna go offline. Bye everyone. Thanks for tuning into my matchup chart. Hope this is a little bit informative on what Peach matchups are. Yeah, you did, Ethan. You did. I remember that. And no one remembers that. The Legacy of Ethan. Stream Overwatch. I'm playing with like a few friends. I'm gonna go. So I'm not gonna stream. Bye, everybody. Nick, my throat hurts from talking too much. I don't want to like stream anymore. My throat hurts a lot, actually. My voice is breaking mid-video. Like, it's bad. It actually hurts. I'd be screaming when I'm talking to the microphone. I don't know. Alright. Bye, everybody.